Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tardis Zone live on this Sunday evening. Hope to find you all very well indeed. Now, just before we start, I just want to make sure that everybody can firstly hear me and see me. So, if you could let me know in the chat, just one is, let us know if you can see me, and if you can, we'll continue. I can hear and see you. All good now, right? That's good. Right. I'm gonna have a bit of a chat about something first. I want to get something off my chest, and you know me, I don't really hold back. Again, I'm not going to mention any names, but you will remember a few weeks back I did a video and I showed you that someone was basically putting up tweets and sharing them all over Twitter and basically calling me. I'll read them out actually because I have them here because the thing that's happening now is that a public figure that's close to the Doctor Who, has come out basically in support of this person without actually knowing the full details, right? Which is actually stupid on that person's part. Apparently, I do set up all these campaigns against these young women, and I don't know where that's coming from. But this is what was said about me, and there were several other tweets. Now, what I did was I compiled all those tweets together and put them in a video, and people might have seen the video. Now, the thing about it is I made sure that the person that was calling me all these names, right? I deleted their name. I made sure that their name wasn't visible. There was no clue who this person was. Now, this person is obviously at the finding out that I did this video, and it's basically at the admitting their guilt to everybody online because they said that the video was about them. Well, how did you know the video was about you if I never mentioned anybody's name? And all you brain dead supporters that are supporting this person, how he is all supporting this person when basically they've admitted to the tweets, but I never mentioned the person's name in the video. And the reason why YouTube hasn't taken it down because I've broken no YouTube rules. I've broken none of their laws because I've kept the person's name out. So the person has dug a hole for themselves, right? Has basically admitted that they're guilty and now is sending people onto my Twitter account, onto my YouTube channel to comment and to dislike my videos. I don't mind just disliking my videos because that all helps. But for the person that's close to Doctor Who, and I can actually mention you because you're a public figure, but I won't. But you know who you are, and your tweet was basically sending love at this time. Well, you don't know the whole situation, so I'll read out the tweets, right? And if you're watching this video, you really need to actually retract your tweet, or you apologize to me because this is what was said about me. Noel Zone is trash, sexist, homophobic, transphobic, and manipulative. I can never say that word. I manipulate people, right? His friends harassed me for months with a lie he spread about me on his YouTube. He never tried to fix this. He made excuses and never cleared my name with the same energy he had to slander me and send it to his friends. Now, here's the thing, as I said, and to you, you dumb truck, right? I did not mention your name. So you've basically admitted your guilt to me. I have the screenshots and I am going to see a solicitor. I have a case. Okay. So you need to back the fuck off. And you from you know where, you need to retract your tweet. All right. Because you don't know. And by the way, here's another tweet from that person. And this is the person that you support. Right. Just to let you know. Right. If not my doctor turns up at my door, they're getting sniped, love, right? So basically sending out death threats. That's the person that you're defending. That's the person you're defending. And this is the person that all you people are defending. They're the tweets that I put up, but I never mentioned this person's name. They've admitted their own guilt, and now people are coming at me. Yous are all a bunch of stupid fucking idiots. Idiots. Is there sawdust in our heads? Yous are defending a person that basically slanders me, right? I do a video, don't mention that person's name, but then they find out about the video through someone, right? And then they put it up all over that I made a video about them, even though in the video, and if you all watch the video, I don't even mention this person's name once. There's no evidence that I'm talking about this certain person. You've admitted your own guilt, you fucking plank. And why? And all you other idiots that are defending her, she's admitted her guilt, and yous are all defending her. And she's playing the victim now, and she has members of the Doctor Who. We won't mention them, but I did a video about those two because they're public figures. But you know who I'm talking about. But that one of those late members is now gone and is supporting them. And apparently, this is a thing that I do. I have a campaign against young women, right? Apparently, I'm a middle-aged man as well because I'm 40. There's a bunch of ageist, brain dead, sawdust, fucking picking idiots. You haven't got a bloody clue. You don't. And if you want to come after me, right? Because I tell you one thing now. Don't care how big or small you bloody are, right? You come after me, you're not going to get away with it. You will not slander me in public, all right, and think you're going to get away with it. And the fact that I never mentioned your name in the first fucking place, you bleeding twat, right? I never mentioned your name because I was protecting you, because I knew if people found out who you were, they'd probably go after you. And by the way, I'm going to say this to every person that's here in the chat, by the way, as well. If anybody is on my behalf going and harassing any young woman or any pro-Jodie fan, right, and doing it in my name, how dare you, right? I'm just going to get that out there. I don't want you to do it. I've already said this several times on my live streams. No, I can handle myself. I do not need anybody on Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook defending me. I can defend myself. Obviously, if I don't know what's going on, it's okay for you to send me the things that people are sending me. I don't mind that shit because it's nice to know who's talking about you because, you know, it gives you a bit of a giggle and a laugh. But I don't want anybody going to any pro-Jodie fan on my behalf because I don't condone any sort of harassment, all right? Now, I've said it here again on this live stream, so get it through your thick skull. I did not send anybody, and don't be calling people my friends, right? I've got a close bunch of people that are in this live chat that I do actually talk to past this live stream, right? And they are people I call friends. But other people that follow me on Twitter or other people that sub to me on YouTube or follow me on Facebook are not my friends. They're people that have come and enjoy my content. All right. So again, get your facts fucking straight because I'm not sending anybody to you, right? And you're saying I manipulate people. I don't fucking manipulate people. You're the one that's going around and inciting hate. You're the one that's saying that I made a video about you when I never even mentioned your bleeding name, you clown. Oh, do you know what? I wasn't even going to say anything, and I really wasn't. But you know what? I'm actually quite sick of this. I'm sick of this bullshit now, right? So I mean, I'm not going to play nice anymore. I have a screenshot of everything, right? And I'm telling you right now, one more whisper out you on Twitter about me, right? And I will be told one more. And you send people to my Twitter account to harass me, right? One more, and I'm going to the guards here in Dublin, right? And I'm going to get them to forward the information to local guard, local police station over there, and I'm going to make sure that they track you down, find out who you are, and have you sorted, because you are not going to get away with slandering me no more, and you will not get away with getting people to harass me. How fucking dare you? And for that other tick that's supporting them, see you need to get out of the fandom. I'm not playing no more games with these cunts. I'm not, and I don't care. Don't care about me language. I don't care if people have a problem with what I have to say. I am sick and tired of these fucking clowns, right? How fucking dare you? I'm married to a woman. My mother's a fucking woman. I have two fucking sisters. Call me sexist, homophobic, and biggies. You haven't got a clue what you're fucking talking about. The funny thing is, I never mentioned the person's name, but you know what? It's funny. They've actually like dug a hole for themselves. They've actually admitted their guilt. And look, and then like then they're playing the victim. I'm a 20-year-old student and all this crap, right? and you're a 40-year-old middle-aged man picking on a young woman. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You're picking on me. And what you're doing is then you're playing the victim when I reply back to you. And then I stopped replying and I blocked you. And then you kept your campaign going for months. People's been sending me your tweets for weeks and weeks and weeks. I could do 3 fucking videos with the tweets. You have this obsession with me, woman. Right? You need to get away. All right. Go and obsess about someone else. All right. Because I'm a married man. It's getting a bit creepy now at this stage that you have this obsession with me. These people just don't realise. You just don't realise. You just all need to back off now. Because I'm not playing games anymore. And I'm really not. No, look, I know that look, I wanted to react to this. I knew what they were doing by doing what they did, but I actually wanted to react to this, right? I don't care. I wanted to react to this because I want to know, let that other clown know that she's supporting someone that basically threatened the fandom, right? Doesn't matter anyway. These people will eventually just be a blow in the wind. But for right now, they're causing an awful lot of damage, right? You've seen it with Ballstreck, right? He got slandered, right? Now, he got slandered worse than me. Obviously, this isn't a person of any significance. So I don't really, do you know what I mean? It's not going to do too much damage. But the problem is it's getting other people onto my Twitter account. I mean, I've had to block over 20 Twitter accounts today. It's absolutely ridiculous, the stuff that I've had to do, right? All because this person has an obsession with me. You know, get yourself a girlfriend or a boyfriend or whatever it is you're into, yeah? And just go and concentrate on them. Concentrate on your loved one and don't be concentrating on a guy that has a problem with Sirius 11, because this is where this all stems from. Because you're a Doctor Who fan. Well, you claim to be a Doctor Who fan. And I'm a Doctor Who fan. Well, I am a Doctor Who fan. You're not a Doctor Who fan, because if you were a Doctor Who fan, you wouldn't be carrying on like this. You know, this fandom used to have, there used to be some respect for your elders in this fandom. This younger generation, and not all of them, and I'm going to say it's not all of them, because it's not fair to tar them all with the same fucking brush, because a lot of them are very fucking nice. But there's a minority of them out there that are just sick, sad individuals, and you need to get a life. You have really, really, really brought this fandom down. The tone of the fandom is gone. Do you know what? There's people in these comments that will remember the fandom. There was a time in the fandom where you could have a different opinion. And even though people might, come back at you with something, they never come back at you with insults or fake accusations. And here's another thing, by the way. I just want to say one more thing to you, clown. You keep saying that you have this evidence that I'm homophobic, and you have this evidence that I've been harassing you, right? So I'm going to call you out right now. I want to see this evidence that you have, all right? I want to see the evidence that you have that says that I've been doing all these things, and I want to see it on Twitter. Someone will screenshot it to me. You show me that evidence that you have, because you have absolutely none. And that's the thing. You keep talking about screenshots, right? But none of your followers are clever enough to actually ask you where these screenshots are, because like you, they've got sawdust between their bleeding brains, right? But I'm going to call you. Where is the evidence? Show me the evidence. You have absolutely none. None. See, here's the thing. You come after me, yeah? You come after me. People say, oh, but you're a bully and all this. No. I only do videos like this when people come after me, right? So, I don't give a flying crap. You can all say that I have an agenda. I don't have no agenda, right? The only thing I've ever wanted to do is do videos about Doctor Who, right? I was so disappointed with Series 11, I felt like I had to speak up. I decided then that I'd do fan phone-ins and give fans a fucking voice. And because of that, I'm being punished. I'm being slandered, right? Ballstreck is being slandered as well. Fucking Doomcock's being slandered. Everybody gets slandered, right? Because we're fighting against you fucking idiots because you think everything is rosy and you want everything to fucking change. Well, you know what? We ain't going anywhere. And you keep telling us to leave the fandom. We're going nowhere. How many times we have to tell you, tick idiots, we're going nowhere. Seriously, man. You know what? It's funny. It's funny. I've actually explained my position on transgender issues on this channel an extended amount of time, right? Anybody that knows me in these comments knows me from being on Twitter, knows me from being on YouTube, and knows me from being on Facebook, knows I'm neither homophobic or any of those, a bigot, sexist, or any of those other things that they accuse me of being, right? But the problem is, and this is why I have such a fucking problem, and this is why I react to it, is because people do believe that shit. We're in an age where you can slander someone now. You see it every day, even with celebrities. Some poor fucker will get slandered and then his career's ruined. Right? Perfect example, Johnny Depp, right? He gets fucking slandered, right? This video gets released. Apparently, he's beating his woman up, and it turns out she's the one that's beating him fucking up, right? But he's the one that lost his career. She still fucking got a career, right? This is why I have a problem with it. You slander, you have to answer back. You have to. People keep saying you should ignore it, ignore it, ignore it. But if you ignore it for a certain amount of time, it builds up, and then people just turn on you. You have to fight back. You have to fight back. And that's what I'm doing. And I'll keep doing that. I will keep doing that. These people keep coming at me and I will retaliate every fucking time. Use assholes are not going to get away with slandering me. How dare you? You don't even know me. And anybody that knows me personally, right, knows the type of person I am, right? And by the way, I do a lot in this fandom, right? I do a lot in this fandom, and there's a lot of people here that will back me up on this live chat right now tonight, right? If I see any of my friends need any help, right? There's certain people, as I said, that are in the live chat that I am actually really close to. If any of them get any hassle, you ask them who has their back. I do. I do an awful lot in here to make people aware of the state of the fandom, how the state of the show, the lies, the media spin, right? I bring you guys on and we do phone calls, and then I get to hear from you guys. And the one thing I hear from you guys every time is, can we have our show back? Do you know, I still am in a great humor. I'm just right now, here's the thing. The thing about it is the two tweets that I mentioned, right, were taken down by Twitter on the account. The account was suspended for a while. And here's the thing, they tried to make it out it was a joke, but Twitter didn't see it that way, you see. So, I mean, it's just getting to the point where I don't know where this fandom is gone. There is no fandom left. The only ones that are trying to keep this fandom together is all of us. The fandom is completely infiltrated. It's completely destroyed, and it's just infiltrated by a bunch of brain dead sawdust idiots. They've got nothing between their heads except sawdust. I'm telling you, they're just idiots. See, here's the thing. One day I'm going to be at all these conventions. One day I'm going to get the opportunity to approach one or two of them and ask them would they like to say what they said online to me face, because the majority of them will just run away anyway. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a nice bloke, and I am. I'm firm. I have to admit, I can be a bit ratty sometimes. I know that. But I don't like to see any injustice. I don't like to see anybody being taken advantage of, and I certainly don't like bullies. And I certainly don't like people going around and making false accusations against other people. All right. So while I do agree with some is that maybe there is times where I should not say anything, but at the end of the day, if you let these things fester, they can get worse. It's better. It's better to nip it in the bud. Right. I'm gonna stop now ranting. And by the way, I don't want any politics in the in the live chat, please. No politics. I don't want to hear about Trump, Brexit, or any of that bollocks. Right? None of it. Don't want to know. It causes too much trouble when we bring politics into it. So I don't want anybody talking about politics, because someone always falls out with someone, right? And I don't want that. Right, let's all try to be nice tonight. Right, we got Rocket Runner. I can't see the very top of the chat, so I'm going to start with Rocket Runner. Unknown 289. Gary is here. Stephen is here. Daniel is here. Welcome, lads. Nice to have you all here. Let me see. I see there's a few new people here as well again tonight. I will try get a few new callers. I'll try get some new callers on tonight, but we have a list. So I have Daniel down, Gary down, obviously Stephen is down, Blue Bonnet Hoovian. I have you down also, and where's the book? Because I had a few more callers. If anybody can remember who else was supposed to be on tonight, send me a message on Messenger. But I do know there was a couple of more people coming on that I had put down on the list. Let me see. I see Problem Being is here. Derek is here. Derek McManus. Welcome, Derek. Bull is here. Welcome, Bull. Nice to see you, mate. Charlotte is here as well. Nice to see you, Charlotte. Gary is here. I mentioned Blue Bonnet Hoovian, the night Blue Bonnet Hoovian is here as well. John is here. Unknown 289. I think I mentioned you, but there you go. Another mention there. Let me see. The True Hoovian is here as well. Welcome. Nice to have you on board. The Last Time Lord is here. Michelle is here. Who else have we got? I think I've got everybody now. Hold on. We're on. Oh, Whose Books is here as well. Welcome. Michael Richardson is here. Welcome, Michael. Nice to have you on board as usual. By the way, last night's live stream is nearly about to hit 600 views. It was also it also peaked at 60 people watching at one stage, which is actually a record for this channel. Considering that it's a small channel, that's not too bad, I don't think, anyway. Yeah, so Nerdaholics are here as well. Welcome. Right, and I think that's everybody. Oh no, and Paul is here. I forgot Paul. Hey, Paul. Welcome, mate. Nice to have you all here. Let me see. Noel, how is Cheryl and Ted? Well, Cheryl's at the doing her neck. And Ted is doing great. He's actually bleeding, bouncing around the place now. So we're delighted that Ted's back. Yeah. But I don't know, Cheryl must have did something when she was sleeping or something because she woke up, she couldn't move her neck. Do you ever do that when you wake up and you can't do your neck? Um, yeah. Yeah, it's sore. It's sore. So she's had taking painkillers and stuff, but they haven't been working. So yeah, she's all good though. She was out with me before the stream started. She had a couple of slices of toast and a cup of tea. I don't even know why I'm telling you this. That you don't even need to know that. Like, see, but that's how comfortable I've gotten with everybody now. It's like, it's becoming like a little family here. And some people might laugh at that are watching that haven't never probably seen a stream before, but this is the way it's gone in this. Um, it's become a little family, And like all families, we have little tiffs and but we all have each other's backs at the end of the day. All right. So apparently I've set up a channel of hatefulness and I support a fellow called Trump and I barked at my wife online. Um, well, firstly about barking at my wife online, me and my wife have this thing that we do all the time. It might look weird to other people, but I'm not actually barking at her. As for following Trump, I said I didn't want to bring up politics, but my political beliefs actually are not none of your concern. And second of all, I didn't create a channel of hatefulness. People come after me, I defend myself. If you don't like that, you don't have to be part of the channel. It's as simple as that. And if that's what you think, then you can unsub yourself, to be quite honest with you, because I don't want people here that think that because I haven't. And if you've looked back at any of my other streams, you will see that I haven't. We've spoke about other things as well. I've broken primarily this channel has broke Doctor Who Knows, right? And anytime I do a video on Jodie Whittaker or Chris Chibnall, it's reacting to something that we've heard in the media. So I mean, look, mate, if you have a problem, you can unsub. You know what I mean? I don't need that crap coming from people that are supposed to be supporters of this channel. So, right, well, we'll get on there first caller because that's what this stream is supposed to be primarily about. And actually, if anybody has anything positive to say tonight, so we can cheer up Grumpy Face, yeah, and right. You saw the painting. Oh, that's great, man. You're a painter. What kind of things do you paint? Landscapes or do you paint real life objects or do you paint portraits or I'd be interested to know. Um, Well, this fella is certainly going to put up a smile on my face, so I'm getting him on.
I know how you doing.
No, I'm doing all right, Daniel. How are you, mate? Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. That's good. So, what would you like to talk about tonight, mate?
Well, obviously to start off, did you see my recommendation in the chat to you and alcoholics about my favorite comedy show?
No, I didn't see that in the column. Where did you put? Oh, hold on. There it is. Near the Holly's not bad. Guys, I recommend Still Game to you. I know it is a brilliant sitcom. Oh, the sitcom.
Yeah, I recommend it to you. I think you'd enjoy it.
Still Game. It's called.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll have a look at that, man. Yeah. What's it about? Give us a brief without giving too much away. What's it about, mate?
Um, about old age pensioners and girl asking and all the shit they get up to. It's actually very funny.
All right. So, that sounds. So it's a bit of. Is it a comedy and a bit of drama in it? Is it?
Yeah, comedy and a bit of drama. Uh, but you still enjoy it. It's really funny. Anyway, the point I was going to make was this. I caught up with your interview with Even last night, and I have to tell you, Even was absolutely spot on.
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree.
because because the only way that a show was going to get any better is by just a total boycott of the series. So the two of you were absolutely spot on with that. No, to be honest with you, but I'll be okay because I'm starting to get into the odd deals and stuff like that, and I'm getting into more of the classic series as well. So I'll be okay. Still get I've still got hundreds of shows to actually watch. So
Mm.
also that's the thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this last night's stream, yeah, got there was a lot of heat on that stream last night. We had
Yeah,
the stream got infiltrated by a lot of people as well. It was actually
yeah.
quite funny the amount of people that got triggered by that stream actually.
Um,
From the
yeah.
pro Jody side, it was actually funny.
And the fact of the matter is, no, all right, I get into the show in 2005, but they dates are given, dates are giving fans so like me a bad name, and I'm getting sick and tired of them myself, as you probably already heard. But I, but I just actually wanted to add, I'll continue to support the channel in any way I possibly can, because I want your channel to skyrocket basically because you deserve it, in my opinion.
Thanks for that, Daniel. I don't know. It's kind of amazed me the amount of people that are starting to come out of the woodwork,
Yeah,
especially people that I actually thought I actually got on with are actually starting
yeah,
to come out now and show their true colors. I mean, listen, for because I actually do need to address this. yeah, sometimes me and Cheryl and I do be on, and Cheryl will cut across me or something, and I'll go, wow, or I'll say so, or Cheryl, whatever, right? That's what me and Cheryl do, right? That's not me picking on Cheryl or anything like that, or bullying Cheryl, and she tell you that herself. So again, you know what I mean? You really need to kind of like, watch what you say. You know what I mean? Because it's not true, right? It's actually not true. You can ask her yourself. And it's actually funny, you asked me first where Cheryl was, and then you send me a message on Messenger. So basically, you asked me where Cheryl is. You tried to say I have her locked up somewhere or something.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is what I don't like now. People that are supposed to be me fucking friends, but people that are supposed to like me now are coming out of the woodwork. You are all a bunch of little backstabbing. Some of you wanna watch.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. You know what's ridiculous because I understand where you're coming from, and to be honest with you, you're not getting rid of me that easily. I'll continue to support the channel because I enjoy everything you do. You have a laugh on every single one of my calls, so cheers for that.
Nah, no problem. Nah, it's just I don't know what's happened tonight. It's just some people are just really out to just. I don't know what your game is. I don't look. I mean, look. I'm not even gonna explain. I don't even have to explain myself to you. As I said, if you think that my channel's a hate channel, or anybody here thinks that my channel's a hate channel, right? You know what to do. Right? There's a unsubscribe button there. Doesn't fucking bother me. Doesn't bother me because I have people here that are loyal to me that will stay with me and stay the course. So I don't need people here that are listening to people that are saying things about me and believing what they're saying about me. If you believe anything that they're saying about me, right, or you think I'm doing something to my wife or whatever, then you don't belong in here and you can go and piss off. Right, go, Daniel. Sorry. Daniel, I'll give you a few more minutes, mate, because I've obviously cut across you. So, I mean, is there anything else you'd like to talk about? Is there anything positive you'd like to talk about? Because we do get a bit of the stick on this channel by some out there that we never talk about anything positive. So if you've anything positive to say, let us know.
I just kind of wanted to ask you, would you put Coulson's first series on the list in terms of a series? Because I think that's one of the best series in the whole entire show. Would you put it in terms of other ranking?
I mean, it's pretty good actually. Actually, it's very good. I mean, considering it's one series, and if you break down there wasn't a bad. I say this, and I know people will disagree, right? But I don't think there was a bad episode in Eccleston's series at all. I don't think there was a bad episode in it at all. Was there average episodes in it? I'd say probably one or two, but the rest were.
I would say the on game was an average episode, but it had a purpose to it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it did. I like Eccleston's Doctor actually. He has come out and said a lot. I still have his book there. I'm gonna read it actually this week. I was gonna read it this weekend, but I'm gonna just read it during the week when I can actually, because I need something to switch off.
That's what was going to ask, but you've answered my question. Basically, I hope he enjoy his. I hope he enjoys autobiography because I've heard you talk about it before. So I hope you enjoy it seriously.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. And fans were speculating before the book had actually come out that he mightn't even address Doctor Who that much, but it looks like by reading the chapter heads that I've seen on it anyway, it
Yeah.
looks like he's actually going to discuss it quite a bit. So and I've looked at reviews, and now spoiler free reviews,
Yeah.
obviously. But everybody that I've read the review, they've actually said that this is probably you can't really call this an autobiography. It's
Right
unfair
there.
just to call it an autobiography. That this is
Yeah.
like a great book. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just can't wait, mate. I just can't wait.
So basically, do you think that you'll actually come back for the 60th, or do you think he'll just OF you to the BBC, for which you'll have every right to do basically, but it'd be nice to see him back. So do you think he'll come back?
I hope he does. I mean, if you think about if you listen to the rhetoric that he's been using,
Yeah.
about female doctor, it
Yeah.
sounds like a guy that's trying to, there's rumors of they're negotiating with him for the 60th. So,
Yeah.
he could be doing a bit of arse licking, to make sure that
Uh,
deal goes through.
and to be honest with you, I don't think he actually is truly, he is truly serious. It's about that. No, he's he's only doing it to kind of have a go at the BBC and to make sure that he's coming back. It'd be awesome to see him back. It's about time he come back, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to. I would love to see him back. All right.
Yeah,
I mean, he was shortchanged by the sounds of things. So,
yeah,
what a good way
yeah,
for the BBC to kind of, make it up to him
yeah,
and get him into that 60th, along with Peter Capaldi, the new Doctor.
yeah,
Obviously Jodie Whittaker's Doctor will be there whether we like it or not. And
yeah,
all the but
unfortunately.
look, as I said before, and I'll say this again, you have to kind of get excited at the prospect of having all new Who Doctors in one
Yeah,
episode, right?
yeah,
And even if
absolutely.
Jodie Whittaker is in it, you are all still gonna watch it because Christopher Eccleston, David Tennant, Matt Smith, and Peter Capaldi. All right,
Yeah,
so
uh, yeah, yeah, I totally agree. Even if you also again enjoyed them Sean and Jax and enjoyed Sean and Jackson all the other night. So thanks very much to the two boys in the chat, and also thanks very much for you for attempting to get them on, because I enjoyed them the whole week. So again, thanks very much for that.
I know, I was delighted to have them on.
Yeah,
We've been dying to do something for ages.
yeah,
But of course, as the two lads said, life kind of gets in the way.
yeah.
So it was great to have that opportunity to have them on here. And yeah, we're definitely going to do something else. I mean, because
Uh,
it'll be
um,
great. So I'm looking forward. We will do something else. We'll organise something anyway with the
and yeah,
Nerdaholics.
and and yeah, 'cause I talked to them a lot as you've probably
Mm.
seen. So basically, I enjoy actually hearing their opinions. I just think they're fantastic, in my opinion.
No, they are. They look.
Yeah,
They're where I can be a bit harsh and brash.
yeah,
These lads,
yeah,
they just love entertainment. They love a piss up,
and
and they love. And you know what, man? I love what they come up. I was watching their series on their ideas on Doctor Who,
Yeah,
And that video is just those videos are just epic, man. I
yeah,
mean, listen, if you haven't subscribed to the Nerdaholics channel actually on YouTube, give them a sub there. Very good channel. And, even for you fans that criticize me, they do positive videos, as you would
yeah.
call them. So if you would like to watch some positive videos, go to the Nerdaholics.
Yeah, because they're enjoyable and they always make me laugh as well. Because I can be a bit of ash in my opinions myself, but they two guys are absolutely hilarious in my opinion. So they make the fandom a bit more bearable, to be honest,
Yeah.
and bit more enjoyable, to be honest.
No, they do.
So,
They're a good laugh. The lads have always supported, like yourself,
yeah,
they've supported me from day one when I first
yeah,
came on the scene. They were around from day one. So, like yourself and a few others out there, um, and I have to admit, when all this crap broke on Twitter, I've had
yeah,
me responses from a couple of the big YouTubers because that's how good they are. And I was
yeah,
told by one in particular, and I won't mention his name because, he probably won't want me to mention his name. But let's just put it this way. I know that I'm in safe hands with this fandom because, like, this guy has my back. And if this guy says he has your back, he has your back and you're okay.
yeah.
So,
Um,
you
yeah.
know,
Um, so I just want to ask you something. You said a couple of months ago you do your series but, you do your series 3 overview review type of video. Are you still going to try and fit that in? Because I'd actually enjoy hearing your opinions on series 3.
yeah, I've got a lot of. This is what I mean. I have a lot of things now planned for the next couple of months, especially. I'm going to be doing a lot more reviews of the classic era.
Yeah,
I'm going to be doing reviews, and we're going to be analysing companions, classic and new companions. And then I'm going to give you
yeah,
my thoughts and opinions, as I always do on all of these
yeah,
things. I'm going to be doing a lot, and of course, Daniel, if you ever have any other ideas as well, and
yeah.
and the other guys that I do talk to personally, if you guys or anybody else in the chat have any suggestions, I'm willing.
Yeah,
I'm willing to
and I'm
listen.
going to actually suggest to you something because you said yourself that you're going to try and get into the audios, the big funny audios. Maybe you could do a couple of a couple of big funny reviews as well to spice things up. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea because you've actually said I do. See, this is why I will always refute that this is a hate channel because I always put up articles as well, and most people will see that I put up news articles and I put a bit of a bit of music in it to make it a bit more, interesting. And I put the news articles up. Right, I've done some on Big Finish. I've done some on Christopher Eccleston about his mental health.
Yeah.
I've also done
Uh,
some on Terrence Dix. So I refute the fact that people out there are calling this a hate
uh,
channel. It's certainly not a hate channel. I do a
yeah,
lot of different stuff.
yeah, but I'd enjoy actually hearing your actually hearing your actual opinions in some
Mm.
big financial deals because it'd be interesting and I think you'd actually get a couple more subscribers if you maybe do a big review and people actually hear your opinions because I enjoy hearing your opinions.
No,
That's the
I'm going to,
reason.
because you're right, Daniel, because at the end of the day, I already said that this channel was going to support Big Finish. So if
Yeah,
I might as well be true to me word and actually start doing some reviews. So I'm going to start looking into what audios I'm going to buy, and then I'm going to start buying a few audios, and then I will. It'll
and
probably, now I'm going to be honest with you. It's probably going to be in the new year before that happens, because you know yourself, the shit is going to hit
yeah,
the fan pretty soon enough. I
yeah,
mean, we can't go the end of the year without anything being mentioned, Doctor Who
yeah.
wise.
Um,
It'll be ridiculous if that doesn't happen. To be honest with you, if we don't get at them.
Um, and I and I'd basically like to see if I've got time to all the job sites that are telling you who to say who your source is. Gonna stop it, because like basically you don't know what a source is. You're not meant to tell who your source is as what this man has said. How many more of times has he got to say the same damn thing over and over again? You do not tell anybody who your source is. And I'm going to keep talking like that to you, who's morons, until you get that into your thick head, heads. So basically, I'm getting sick all these dates coming up on your videos and that, so we're saying, oh, tell us who the source says. No, you don't say who your source is, because then that's just screwed, basically. It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any. Do you know? I used to repeat myself loads of times about
Yeah,
that on my channel, and I just got to the point where, look, if they still don't get it, well then
yeah,
I'm not going to explain to you anymore, and that's the way I am. And you
yeah,
know what? I know this stream has kind of started off a bit because I was a bit angry and all, right, but I've calmed down now, and I hope everybody else is calm now. I see there was a troll in the chat. I didn't even mention. By the
yeah,
way, you said stop hating on Jody. I didn't mention Jody Whittaker's name once until now.
yeah.
Well, a couple of minutes ago, but I didn't actually mention her in a negative light. But there you go again. Jump onto the stream and don't hear the conversation, and again accuse. Get
Yeah,
the sawdust
yeah,
out of your ears, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I haven't, I haven't said anything either about constipated scrunch face, so I don't know where that date's getting that from. So, oh, ta for now, get a date and get out the stream, because enjoying, I'm enjoying talking to you all here. So basically, get out the stream. Uh, so yeah, basically is the way. I wanted to ask you what your actual thoughts were of the Paul McGann and EV movie, because I've never ever asked you what your thoughts are on that, because I keep forgetting to ask you.
Um, the TV movie. All right. I'm gonna be honest. For me, I have found that movie very hard to watch over
Yeah,
these last few years. I never
yep,
fully watch it in full. I see myself watching parts of it and then going
yep,
back to it, and then I might go back to it for a couple of months and then go back. I'm being honest with you. I love Paul McGann. Love the Tardis storyline. Was a bit the whole
yeah.
human part a bit.
Yeah, that's exactly my thoughts as well. But I thought Eric Roberts was absolutely shite as a master. He was just too camping, man. And to be honest, No,
Yeah,
wasn't very good either. And Paul McGann and the Anthony Ashbrook, I thought I thought were great. It was just this script that was underwhelming.
no, I agree. The script wasn't perfect. The problem
Yeah,
was this movie was supposed to relaunch the whole thing, and it never
yeah,
really happened. And let's be honest, everything behind it. That there's a constipated scrunch face hashtag. Don't forget, everybody. Hashtag constipated scrunch face. Now I'm not.
Sean,
Now I'm
I'm
not saying
sure.
who there is. You can say
Um,
who you want, right? I'm just saying.
um,
Hashtag
um,
constipated scrunch.
um, um, Sean and Jack are proof. Anyway, back to what you were saying about the TV movie.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm gonna be honest. I am
Yeah,
actually not a fan. Never
yeah,
have been, and I don't know. I got a bit older now, so
yeah,
I was gonna watch it the other night, believe it or not. But you know what I've decided to do again? You're gonna think I'm mad.
yeah,
So I went all the way back to Hartnell's era, and I've started
yeah.
from the beginning. And I'm actually on now. I've actually got up as far as which one is it? It's the Daleks invasion of Earth. Is that the one? Yeah, yeah.
Um, to be honest with you, I've not actually seen all that. Like I've only seen bits and pieces of Hartnell. I've not actually managed to. I've not actually managed to watch Hartnell yet. I do actually, and because like I'm actually finding that the classic series is a lot more enjoyable than the new series as you get time to actually tell stories. And as I said before, or sometimes I think the new series kind of like hurries it up a bit too much. Also, that's the main reason I enjoy the classic series is it kind of builds up gradually, gradually, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah. Bad Wolf 66. I just want to say, because I see there you said you're feeling a bit under the weather. I hope you do feel well soon, my friend.
Yeah,
Listen, I know you've been going through a hard time as well, and I'd like to let you know that we are all thinking of you, my friend. So chin up. You'll be fine. Um,
yeah.
um, yeah. Uh, Let me see. Just before we go, Daniel, what I was going to say was,
Yeah.
there was something I was going to say, and I forgot what I was going to say. Um,
Uh,
yeah, it was, big finish, big finish. So you said that you're gonna start getting into the big finish, and I was just going to ask you, um,
yeah.
uh, who were you thinking of starting with? Which doctor were you thinking of
Um,
starting with?
well, basically, I've got the John Hurt audio here now. I know that you've been very critical of the fact that you would have rather had Eccleston, but he still gives John Hurt's incarnation a bit more of a backstory, and that's the reason why I ordered the John Hurt audio. So I'll get round to them eventually, and I'll probably end up recommending the as as I'm always sort of trying to recommend stuff to people as you've seen and live chat and stuff. So don't be surprised if you get a recommendation from me.
And we welcome those recommendations. And here, listen, folks, if there's anybody that actually has any recommendations for Daniel for any Big Finish audios that you think he should actually get his hands on, let him know. Daniel, listen, it's been truly always, it's a great pleasure having you on. Obviously, we're back on again what's it? Are we on? Are we Sunday or Monday now? Sunday.
Yes.
Sunday. Yeah, so we're on tomorrow night. So I'll have you on again tomorrow night as well. All right.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem.
And I'll kind of let you go and get your next caller on.
Thanks very much, Daniel. Listen, you enjoy the rest of your night, mate, and look after yourself, pal.
Yeah, you do too.
Thank you. See you. Good night.
Night, mate.
And that was Daniel, everybody. As usual, great call by Daniel. I mean, different, different topics there. Different. Yeah, that's what this is. This live stream is all about. I've actually I don't know what it is, but I've got this massive headache, and I just can't find myself concentrating. But we'll carry on. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. Hold on, guys. See, there's 30 people watching. If you like what's being said in the live stream so far, and you like Daniel, the first caller, and you're liking everything that's happening on this, please give the stream a like. Please subscribe if you haven't. Check that notification bell, and obviously, if you like the channel, as I said, share the videos and all this and all the streams, and like that already. Thank you very much. Yeah, me ranting there. I think it is, Stephen. I think it is. The head is just nearly exploded there. Right, so next I have on my list is there we go. I'm just gonna send this person a text and see if they would like to come on. And as I said, anybody that knows that they were supposed to come on Sunday, send me a text on Messenger. I can't find me feckin' book anywhere. So I do know I had 7 callers. I'm texting the next caller right now. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones we used to know. Everybody that texts me on Messenger, please check your Messenger. I've sent the text. I don't want to actually call your name out just in case you have changed your mind about coming on, and I don't want to have to rip you in public. I'm only messing. No. I can actually sing, so I don't know what yous are all. Oh, no, Christmas songs. Okay, let me see. Well, there's no. I bet you someone's going to tell me that there's Halloween songs, and if there is, I don't even know any Halloween songs. My lovely horse, my lovely. Yeah, that Father Ted, Father Ted. Noel sings, I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. The pro Jody fans scream, look, he's racist. I'm dreaming of a multicolored Christmas, just like the ones that we never knew. Not many Easter songs, no. I mean, I've always wondered what the whole thing with Easter eggs and rabbits. I mean, they don't kind of connect, but if anybody could actually like tell me that story. Um, Thriller, oh yeah, or somebody's watching me, the Monster Mash. Yeah, I don't like the Monster Mash. Yeah. Omega, Davros, The Master are all good audio trilogies. Plus, the Master Trilogy, which features a multi-master story, says Unknown 289. And a non-binary Christmas for they, them, says Paul. I know, it's getting ridiculous now. Apparently, they've put it in some dictionary now. Weber's or something, or whatever the crap it was. I think it was Weber's, Cheryl told me. You got church hymns for Easter. I don't go to church, haven't been to church since my confirmation. Well, actually, no. I've gone to a few funerals and I've had to enter the Dark Palace. But other than that, I try to keep away from churches. Okay, well, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. Okay, but if you change your mind, you can come on still. I will bring on. Oh, me head. Oh, it's bleeding thumping, man. I might need to take. Hold on, I have to take painkillers because this headache is getting. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. Oh Jesus! They're trying to kill me. Oh, I got a new message from someone. I've got a new message, and I'm just gonna call you out on what you come up as on your messenger because I don't know who you are in the chat, and if you can tell me who you are in the chat. Josh Brown sent me a message, says they would like to come on tonight, but who are you in the chat? Because I don't see a Josh Brown on the live chat. Well, then I need right. Okay. Well, then I'm being, yeah. Sorry, yeah. Gary, just ignore me. Like, hold on. 535. Hold on, I'm getting confused now. Right. Hold on. I'm confused. So, I'm confused. I'm confused. Hold on. I need to do something. I just need to check something now for a minute. The reason why I'm asking, I just need to ask what it is, what your chat name is. Yeah, I'll explain in a minute. Just tell us what your chat name is on Messenger, please. I'm getting confused. Hold on. I'm confused here now, right? Because I've sent you a message, Gary Akers. I've sent you a message. Have a look at your messages. I just need to double check something. Yeah, see, I kind of knew. Right, hold on then. I need to send you something, so... Sorry, folks, I just have to sort this out, because... I kind of thought so. Right, listen, yeah. Hold on, guys. Whoever's calling, you don't call in. I call you guys. That's what we do here. I don't allow people to ring in. I ring you guys. No, that's not on Twitter. It's not on Twitter. They just sent me that on Messenger, and I'm asking you if that's your handle on me live chat. That's what I'm asking you, Gary. I'm asking you if that's the handle that you use on the live chat. Yeah, right. I thought so. So it's a troll. It's okay. It's sorted. Right. We'll just get you on. We don't discuss it.
No, how are you?
How are you? Listen, I just wanted to make sure with you, right? Because that's why I sent you that, because I wanted to make sure that that was actually not you, because someone is obviously pretending to be you to try get on.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. I get it. Anybody who's, I don't know why anybody would pretend to be me. They're clearly insane.
Yeah. Oh, they've just sent me a lot of pictures of beheadings. You're a sick individual. Yeah. Okay. Right. I'm not going to mention your name. Oh, he's telling me to no. What are you going to do about it, you little muppet? What are you going to do about it? Come on over to Ireland, you little muppet, and we'll see how far you get. Yeah? You want to send me pictures of the ISIS is coming? ISIS, I shit all over ISIS, you little prick. Right, go ahead, Gary. Anyway, what would you? I heard you had some
Wow.
theory about a
No.
movie.
Well, hello, Noel, and hello, Chris. I always want to say hello, Chris, since I think he'd stare at me more if I didn't say hello.
Yeah.
So let's see. First of all, I thought that kind of in honor of your live stream yesterday.
Yeah.
And for all the new people here, I actually thought I'd follow it up by singing an a cappella version of Doctor in Distress. So here we go. Doctor in Distress, let's all answer his SOS. Doctor in distress, bring him back now, we won't take less. How was that?
I love that. I love that. We might as well have a bit of singing on this stream. Why not? Why not? That's it.
I see I'm getting rave reviews on the chat, so thanks very much everybody for that.
Does anybody here follow Doomcock? You will hear him singing. He sings very well.
He's a great singer.
He is, isn't he?
He's a great singer.
Oh man, I love his voice. He was singing Danny Boy last night. He did a bit of an Irish song last night.
Didn't he say once he used to be like in a choir or something?
I think so. Something like that was. Yeah, he always he sings a Scottish tune because he's got a bit of Scots blood in him. So he does a few Scottish tunes and he does a few Irish tunes and he sings a few other tunes as well. He's actually very good. He does be on every Friday night. You should check him out, guys. After my stream, of course.
Yes, because he's multi-talented for sure.
I tell you, man, all these people just do my head in. Oh.
So let me see. So also, I just wanted to start out by saying, so today's spoiler, since I have a spoiler rep now. So today's spoiler for everybody: Soylent Green is people. That's my spoiler. That's my sci-fi spoiler for today. So to kind of get that out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's see. So. I don't want to spend too much time. I want to kind of keep the call up, so I don't want to spend too much time talking about what I call poo-hoo now.
Yeah.
But I was actually thinking today that it's really kind of amazing. You think about the different franchises around today. It really only took, with all the kind of poison that's out there now, it seems like, it only took one movie to really kill Star Wars.
Yeah.
It basically took one season of Discovery to mortally wound Star Trek, which has been around for 50 years. Mm-hmm. It basically took one season of Doctor Who to mortally wound that 54-year-old franchise. And it's just amazing. I'm not trying to say that all these franchises are really fragile, but it just seems it's amazing. It only takes like one kind of like knife hit to kind of really damage some of these great franchises. So I think that they will survive, but I just thought that was kind of an interesting parallel because it's going on everywhere.
Yeah, I know. It's actually do you know what? When you talk about Star Trek, it's mortally wounded. I think it's more than mortally wounded. I think it's about to be assassinated now with this Picard series. I mean, Star Trek Discovery. I know it has its fans out there, but listen, if I'm a Trekkie all my life, right? Just like I'm a Doctor Who fan all my life, and I couldn't even get past the 5th episode. Now with Doctor Who, I will admit, while it was a chore, I still got through it all. I couldn't get past the 5th episode of Star Trek Discovery. So I mean, and I'm a Trekkie, right? So like it. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what these people do be thinking when they write these shows. Seriously, really don't. They don't. They clearly don't understand the lore of the show either.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear that none of the writers are really. I mean, compared especially to the original series, where you had published science fiction authors and authors with like a wide variety of writing experience behind them. The people that are writing it now, first of all, aren't science fiction writers. They don't have any science fiction publishing to their name. They're not Trek writers. I think it's basically kind of like looking at a copy of a copy of a copy. It's not the original. It's just kind of like some faded, Xerox copy. And, they don't have anything to bring to it other than maybe whatever the 2 or 3 episodes of Trek they've seen. And it's the same thing you've talked about, like Bond and stuff. And also in another one, I don't know if you watched Westworld, which had a great first season. And then the second season, they went full woke, they went full agenda in the second season, and it was garbage after a great first season. So it doesn't take much to totally contaminate all these great shows.
I know I mean, I heard a rumor, and there was a poster circulating, and I still hope it's not true. But it seems to be this just seems to come up all the time, and it's a movie that I liked as a kid. But they're talking about Flight of the Navigator again. Seems to pop up again every so often. Apparently, they're going to reboot that movie. For me, there's no need to reboot that movie. But if they do reboot the movie, it's not going to be anything like the original movie, because what they'll do is Max will probably end up being non-binary or gender fucking fluid or something, and then you'll have David, who was the main character, and he'll be changed into a woman or something.
That's true. That's what they'll do. I'm thinking, they'll be all the characters will be, girls, or they'll be, it'll be all. Not that having female characters is bad. I'm not saying that, but the only reason they're coming back out is to change the well-loved stuff.
Yeah. I mean, as we've said, we're heading. I mean, even Discovery now. Apparently, it's being renewed again, and I know that's kind of shocked a lot of people because, like, I don't. How is this show even getting a 3rd series if there's so? See, kind of like I know there is a backlash because I've seen it, but are the people that are basically saying they're going to boycott this actually watching it? Because to be honest with you, who the fuck is watching this show? Because I'm certainly not, and I'm a Trek. So who is watching it? There has to be Star Trek fans watching this pile of crap.
Well, as Gary from Nerdrotic and Doomcock as well have often said, there's a reason they're not releasing any of the metrics from this show, and they never will, because that would show that, like you said, there's nobody watching it. And as Gary from Nerdrotic has pointed out often, right now as the streaming wars are just heating up, none of these networks can show a sign of weakness. And canceling, a flagship show would be like a sign of weakness. And so they will keep the garbage on the air just to show that, they have a strong lineup. And I think it's all about that. I think that those guys are completely right in their analysis of this.
Here's one for you, actually. I read today, and I knew that you were BBC were doing this, but apparently a trailer has dropped. War of the Worlds is going to be shown on BBC here in obviously in the UK and Ireland because we have BBC. I don't know if it's coming to BBC America, but I was looking at the trailer now, and I have to say, someone said it to me. Well, this is probably something else they're going to ruin. I don't see that happening with this show to this show. It seems to be set back in the 1950s or the back in the time. So I don't know. We don't know yet. I haven't seen. Look, I'm not going to be able to judge War of the Worlds because I haven't seen many trailers and I haven't heard anything about it. So I'm actually going into this blind. But you know what I seen when I seen the fucking thing come up through the fucking yoke, and it looks deadly, it looks impressive. I have to say, BBC looks like they've actually put some money into this. So, which begs the question: will they have any money left over for Doctor Who?
Well, I've actually been, kind of monitoring that, and I've been looking forward to that for a while. I know that, as far as my understanding, unless I'm wrong, that was filmed like back in 2017 or early 2018, and it's been kind of delayed for some reason. Not because necessarily it's bad, but just I know that it was filmed a while back and delayed because I've been wanting to find and try. I didn't know that they dropped a trailer for it, but I'm actually looking forward to that. I actually thought, unless I'm wrong, I thought that the original book was in the Victorian era and they bumped it forward to the Edwardian era. That's what I thought. So I don't think it took place modern day, but I'm actually like you. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, there's a few people in the comments saying it's going to be a woke mess because it's BBC in 2019. Well, as Gary is kind of explained, it was filmed maybe 2 years ago and it's being delayed. So there is some hope that it actually won't be full of that. But listen, you can't just. Here's the thing. See, this is what's happened as well. You need to get a bit of perspective here for a minute, right? Because Doctor Who was bad and full of woke, and some of their other shows are full of woke, doesn't necessarily mean that War of the Worlds is going to be full of woke. Nobody has seen anything, right? You haven't seen anything on screen. You cannot judge and say that it's going to be woke. You have to give it a go. Right. So I'm going into this blind. I'm going to watch the first episode because I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it. I just seen the trailer today. From the trailer, looking at the trailer, it doesn't look woke to me. Do you know what I mean? If you're going to judge something on just a trailer, right? Well, then you know what I mean. You don't really have an argument or a case to have an argument. You've got to watch these things, or at least watch an episode or two to make a fair judgment of what you've seen. You know what I mean? You can't say because you've seen a trailer that it's going to be woke. It's going to be a woke mess. Nobody knows. And I'm not saying that you're wrong, right? You could be very well right. But this is what's happened again. Everybody seems to be, and it's on both sides, everybody jumps the gun. You automatically think something's going to be woke or you think something's going to be shit because it's done by a company. That's not always the case. You know what I mean? There is some shows that they do that they keep all that nonsense out of because they genuinely care about the fucking show. There's others that they just use because it's better using them. And Doctor Who is one to be used because it's a well-established fucking show. It's been around for over 55 years. They'll use a show like that. A show like War of the Worlds is not going to be really used like that because it's not established. It's not an established BBC series that's been around for years that they've decided. You know what I mean? They've just decided to do this. This could be even, I don't know how many parts is going to be in this. It could be even only a 6-parter for all I know. You know, you actually know more about it than I do, Gary, because you said you've been keeping an eye. So is there anything you can actually tell us about?
Like I said, I know that it was, unless I'm wrong, I know that this was filmed like at least a year ago. And because when I look onto like chats, if I see that as the subject on, say, like message boards or whatever, I'll kind of click in to see if somebody says, oh, it's coming this. But, the word everybody seems to think is that, it's been delayed for some reason, maybe because the post-production is complicated. Sometimes that accounts for things. I know it seems like it's a you know, I don't know if it's like a prestige production, say like Downton Abbey or something like that, but I know, as you were just saying, it does look like something that they've, you know, sunk some fair amount of money into. So I know that one thing that some people were saying is about like a month ago or whatever, that the BBC dropped, I guess, a trailer with some scenes from their upcoming Christmas and holiday things. And people were saying they didn't see any like shots of it in that one. And so people were extrapolating from that, well, that must mean that it's not going to be on in the holidays. Well, that's not necessarily true. It could just be that they just didn't put any scenes from that in their holiday trailer, but clearly they were just saving themselves for the trailer that you saw now, where they can devote some time to it. And I agree with you. With all these things, you've got to give it a fair shot, because if we prejudge all these things ahead of time, then we do prove ourselves to be what, you know, everybody says we are, where we're just kind of knee-jerk critics of everything, that we're coming down on something by prejudging it without giving it a chance. And no, I mean, I'm open to giving things a fair shot, but if it's poor quality, then I'll be the first to criticize it. But I think that if we prejudge things without seeing them, and then at the same time say that our voice in criticizing Series 11 of Doctor Who is valid, that's a contradiction. If we're prejudging ahead of, we have to wait to judge the quality of what's presented in order to kind of remain kind of intellectually honest with the fact that we have a right to criticize Doctor Who the way we do.
Exactly. I mean, look, the reason why we can prejudge Series 12 is because we've had a whole series of Series 11. We've had a whole series of Series 11. So we kind of know what to expect. War of the Worlds is a new show. We don't know what they're going to do with it. And I have to say, by looking at the trailer, right, I'm actually quite impressed. Now, it could turn out to be a pile of crap, and they've probably shown us the best thing in the trailer, right? But we won't know until we give it a go. I mean, for example, people criticize the BBC, but I bet you there's fans out there of Peaky Blinders. I bet you there's fans out there of Killing Eve. I bet you there's fans out there of The Bodyguard. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, I've seen, we were watching a couple of episodes, well, not a couple of episodes of Killing Eve, but we're actually going to be watching Killing Eve, but we watched a few clips and it looks crazy shit, right? A female assassin, it looks like, or whatever, right? Great. I love things like that because it's an original story, right? That's what we're talking about. See the way you Killing Eve and stuff like that. I can get behind stuff like that, and I don't care if there's women shit in that, like. Do you know what I mean? It was a show created for a woman lead. So I'll watch it. I'll get behind it. I'm going to watch Killing Eve because I want to see. Someone is saying The Bodyguard wasn't too bad. Do you know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to say. BBC, yes, have made a shit show of Doctor Who and other shows.
Right.
But they do have some gems in there. Trust me. And Gary is right. We have to stop this knee-jerk reaction business all the time when it comes to something. Wait until we see what's put on the screen first, and then we can start. Then we can start judging. Go ahead, Gary.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm holding out, despite all the signs, I'm holding out hope because I'm a massive James Bond fan. I'm going to hold out hope that the next movie's good. Nobody wants these projects to fail. Nobody wants there to be the next Star Wars to be a bad movie. Nobody wants the next Bond movie to be a bad movie. I hope I go to the next Bond movie and I hope I'm blown away.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to wait and see. I'll judge it after I see it. I'll happily plunk down my money to go see it in the hopes that it's a worthy entry to the franchise, you know? Do you remember, speaking of War of the Worlds, do you remember the TV show from the 80s, the one that was set in the modern day? Did you ever?
No, I haven't. I don't think it made its way to Ireland anyway. I'm not sure if they showed it in the UK. If there's anybody actually Actually, the Nerdaholics might know. The War of the Worlds, what was it, the 80s, was it?
Yeah, it was. I think it was on like 88 through 90. It was on for 2 seasons. It was set in modern day, although they did make some kind of references back to the actual movie. You know, the movie from the 50s. That great movie with those great ships kind of gliding along and those great sound effects from the 50s. That movie actually was part of the canon of the show. Like, that previous invasion happened, and this was another invasion. And then for the second season, they totally changed the format. They killed off half the characters and they totally revamped it. But then, I'm not saying which character, so that's not a spoiler, everybody. But then it only lasted like 2 seasons, but they did I do remember they did wrap everything up by the end.
I haven't seen it. The Nerdaholics there have said that they haven't seen it. Jack might have seen it, but I don't think it actually probably made its way over here. But that's something actually to look out for. Someone's talking about the V reboot. I actually have to say the V reboot was good. It was good actually. And they cancelled it. Yeah. They shouldn't have really cancelled it. But I do prefer the original, to be honest with you. But I didn't mind the reboot. When they do certain reboots, I don't mind them if they try to honor the source material. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays, there just seems to be they get a project or they get some film and they say, right, well, what can we do to totally change this movie? And they just forget about so they don't even use source material anymore. And if they do, they twist it to suit their ideology, their beliefs, and all this. Anything else, Gary?
Well, the thing about V is I actually never watched this current reboot, but I do remember the 80s show. The original miniseries was fantastic. And then they tried to stretch it out to like an entire season. But they did that in the 70s and 80s on TV sci-fi.
I just seen a message there from, I think it's, or she posted it in our group. So, because I'll just mention it here. So Michelle wants to do some live phone-ins for her channel, and she's wondering if you will all be interested in it. Now, our Facebook group is an adventure in time and space. So if you're interested, I'm going on to Michelle's channel to do some live chats with Michelle. Then obviously let her know. So there you go, Michelle. I gave you a bit of a shout out there as well, and I hope that's okay with you. So if anybody's interested, so yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, not at all. I was just going to say that because I'm not sure like how much time I have left, but I do wanted to kind of give a few recommendations like I normally do. You know, all the stuff about, you know, with all the, you know, it's finding harder and harder to kind of hunt around and find some kind of, I guess, like pure movie or TV show like in this genre that's kind of that's basically been unaffected by all this stuff. And I've actually find that I've been kind of going back to the movies and TV shows that I loved as a kid. And, you know, one of the things that I've been kind of going back on, it's not really guilty pleasures because, I mean, there's some good stuff about them. I've been going back to a lot of the old, like some of the Ray Harryhausen movies, the fantasy movies that I grew up with, like The Land That Time Forgot with Doug McClure, and the sequel, which was The People That Time Forgot. And they did a whole series of them. They did one called, like, with Peter Cushing called At the Earth's Core, when they drill down to the center of the earth, and there's Caroline Munro waiting for them at the center of the earth, and with all those giant iguanas and stuff, which I didn't know were wandering around in the center of our planet, but that was kind of cool. And then you know, like Warlords of Atlantis, where they go, all those movies like that, like The Golden Voyage of Sinbad, the one Tom Hanks was on, those effects were great. And I go back and I just kind of reconnect with everything that made me fall in love with the genre in the first place. So that's a lot of what I've been doing these days to kind of get me away, to kind of like wash out my brain from all this other kind of stuff, you know, we have going on now. And a couple of, let me see. So I know I recommended a Sherlock Holmes movie the other day, if anybody likes horror, the one movie that stuck with me when I was a kid, because you talk about reboots and remakes that aren't as good. The one what I think that was great in the original and the remake was even almost better was the 1978 version of The Invasion of the Body Snatchers with Donald Sutherland and Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
That was, talk about the way to remake
Oh my God,
a classic and still have it turn out amazing. And I won't spoil it, I promise.
Oh man, no. I know what movie you're talking about.
All I'm going to say is a movie that will, I'm not going to say why, but a movie that will stick in your head forever.
Yeah,
if you see that. And that's all I'm going to say.
Now, I've watched the original movies. I watched this movie. Now, they're all great, right? But I watched this one, and this one just sticks in me. I'm like you. This one sticks in me head, and it gives me a bit of an unnervy feeling.
It does.
Doesn't it? And I'm telling you, man, that if you haven't seen that movie, you actually really need to go and see that movie. If you want to watch a proper sci-fi movie and a movie that will actually scare the shit out of you, because this will scare the shit out of you. It's a sci-fi horror, I call them, right? And that's one of the good ones. Trust me, you have to actually watch it.
I remember when I was a kid, when I walked out of that movie, I was shell-shocked.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Even watching it as a kid myself, it was absolutely terrifying.
And another great one, more of a fantasy thing, right around that time. I think that might have been the same year, or maybe the year after. I'm sure everybody in the chat has seen it. Is Time After Time with Malcolm McDowell and David Warner, where he's H.G. Wells, and he comes forward to 1979 to fight Jack the Ripper. That's a terrific one too.
Yeah, they actually did a TV show based on it, believe it or not. And I was actually into it. Now, it wasn't the greatest in the world, but they actually did a TV show, and I think they only put out, I don't even think they finished the whole series actually. But it was called Time After Time as well. They did a TV show based on it, so it was H.G. Wells trying to go and find Jack the Ripper.
I didn't even know they made that into a TV show.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's an American TV show. It didn't even last. I swear, I was, the time machine. Oh. Well, it's not H.G. Wells. Seriously, man, even the design of the time machine in it is deadly. Should you ever see that Kit Kat ad where H.G. Wells comes in the time machine? That's a direct fucking pun at that bleeding TV show, because that TV show was out. I actually thought that show was actually all right. I know the actors in it weren't great, but I did like the man. I did like the fella that played H.G. Wells, and I did like the bloke that actually played Jack the Ripper in it. It lasted a few episodes, then killed. Yeah. I actually found it interesting. It was interesting. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say it was a brilliant piece of sci-fi. It certainly wasn't. But it was engaging enough to keep you interested. And the two main actors, in my opinion, do keep you engaged. But the only, I don't know why I stopped watching it though. Why did I stop watching? Oh yeah, because I had it on something, and the app that I had it on, I couldn't watch it on it anymore. That's why I stopped watching it. But I got something like, I think I got 4 or 5 episodes in, and I was actually starting to get really, really warmed up. It was. The Thing is a great movie, another classic movie. Paul wrote in the chat there, I love The Thing. It's actually a great movie. I like the prequel as well. It just goes to show you, when a director actually does his research and actually watches the original movie, he goes to do the prequel, does the prequel properly. Now, I'm not going to say that the prequel is better than the original, because it's not. But you can actually watch the prequel first and then watch The Thing. And it fits. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. It fits in there snug. There's no, you know what I mean? Even where the hatchet and all's on the wall. Your man did his research. I love that for the detail, the attention to detail that your man that directed the prequel put into it.
I remember when that came out here in the States, and if I'm not mistaken, that movie was released either the same day, I think it was the same day, or the week after E.T. And that's kind of extreme counter programming, which is why that movie kind of died, because it's like you release the same day as E.T., you're going to get blown out of the water. And I think that's what happened to that one.
Yeah, it's become a cult classic, though. Become a bit,
for sure.
Yeah. Someone says The Fog is amazing. Yeah, I like The Fog.
I love The Fog.
Yeah,
that's my favorite John Carpenter movie.
I love Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of hot in that movie, actually.
Oh yeah. Adrienne Barbeau. Don't forget her.
Yeah.
I could if she was on my radio late at night, I would be staying up all night every night just to listen to her voice on the radio. She was a DJ.
Yeah, I do agree with Rocker Runner on that though. If the prequel of the thing would have been a lot better if they had gone with the practical effects like they planned and not the CGI shit. I do agree with you. I agree with you there. The practical effects would have actually gave it a bit more of that horror. I agree with you. It would have made it better. But you know what? Even though it has the CGI in it, you know, it's still a good story in my opinion. You know, and that's my opinion, I suppose. But I don't think it takes anything away from the story. You know what I mean? If you look at, for example, Doctor Who back in its day, you know, shaky sets and all, and the budget wasn't great. You know, nobody gave a crap about that once the story was good. And a lot of the movies back in the day as well, the early movies back in the day, especially dinosaur movies or movies like Godzilla, you know, the effects were very, very bad. And the animatronics that they were using were very bad. But the thing about it is, if you have a compelling story, you forget about that. It fades into the background.
Yeah, so I think the reason I brought those movies up is I just think that, I mean, it seems like it's a good kind of mental palate cleanser to escape from all the nonsense that's going on these days. Is like, think about the movies you loved as a kid, go back to them. Chances are everything you loved about them is still going to be there. And it's, you know, it doesn't have all the crap in it that all these, you know, that's infested everything else. And it's kind of a good way to just kind of go watch a good movie that you can not have to, you know what I mean. So two last things really quickly, and then I'll let you go to get the next caller on, is an unfortunate kind of anniversary. I don't know if you want to do a special, either an anniversary or a memorial show. And you know that October 7th, we're coming up, which I guess is only 8 days from now. October 7th, it's a Monday, so you'll be doing a live stream. October 7th is the 1-year anniversary of the first episode of Series 11. So we can either have a memorial show or an anniversary show, whichever one that you're in the mood for. But I only realized that today.
Spoiler alert! I will not be going live on the 6th of fucking October. I have decided that I am on the 2nd of October. 6th or 7th?
It's the 7th. It's a Monday.
The 7th, right. Yeah, I'm not going live. I'm quitting. I'm quitting. Right, do you know what? I'm deleting my YouTube channel. I'm leaving YouTube. I'm leaving Twitter because I cannot deal with that. I bet, do you know what? I guarantee you, right? They'll try to do something to hype up the owl. Yeah, a year since. Oh, when did you say that is? Next week?
Well, no, it's a week from tomorrow.
Right. Right, I'm going to speculate here. What do you think? What I reckon, just speculating here, I wouldn't be surprised on the year anniversary that she was on screen that we might get actually something. We might actually get some Doctor Who news. You never know. I really like the Human Centipede. Oh my God, get away. Seriously, the human centipede. I can't even get pat. Oh, get away! You're sick. Get out, me chat. Get out. Anybody likes that movie is a sick individual. I'm only messing. I do like the Saw movie, and that's sick. The first one. After that, they kind of got a bit ridiculous. Me personally, if I was going to recommend five horror movies to people now, right? Obviously, I'll give you the obvious ones. The Exorcist, right? I love that movie.
Yes.
If you haven't seen this one, you have to go see it. It's called The Entity. Right? So it's basically...
That was the 70s.
Yeah. It's about an entity harassing this woman and her family and stuff. And it's quite fucking moving. The Exorcist is hilarious. Well, it's hilarious now, but back in the day, it wasn't. So I hate when people say that, oh, but The Exorcist is funny now. It wasn't back in the day. Back in 1975, that put people in hospital. People bleeding killed themselves after watching that movie. The church bleeding slated it. The church tried to blacklist the movie. So the crucifix scene in the movie was bleeding banned for over 20 bleeding years in some countries. You know, Rosemary's Baby is another good one. Yeah, we forgot about that one.
Yeah.
Jacob's Ladder as well was another one.
What about The Omen?
Now, here's what I wanted to ask. Yeah, I'll ask you this, right? Because I've watched those Omen movies, right? Now, it'd be very interesting to see which one's your favorite. Because out of those three movies, right, my favorite one is actually the second one, Damien.
Why so?
I thought, like, don't get me wrong, I love the first one. The first one's iconic, right? It has that iconic scene at the church and that, and it like has all those like. But Damien, I just love Damien because he's older. He's like, yeah. There was just something I don't know what it is about the movie. It just that movie when he opens when the people are looking after him, when his uncle goes to fucking open the train and he just sees his faces on the wall and he gets crushed by the train. I thought it's just something about that movie I think is much better than the first one. It's just me personally, I just can't put my finger on it. I just think it's because he's older and he's a lot more sinister, and basically I wish I was him because I would like all me pro Jody supporters would be wiped off the face of the planet if I had my way.
Yeah. Well, in the chat, Blue Bonnet Hubie, I think, has a great suggestion that one night we need to do a horror movie chat night, maybe even on Halloween or something. But that would be, I think you'd probably have everybody calling in on that because, and I don't think you need to say that. You know, you don't have to slam one movie to like another. You can like the whole series and just say you kind of prefer it. I mean, no, they were all good. I actually think the reason for I kind of like the first one is that you don't really know kind of how it's all going to play out. Like there's this sense of Mount Dread throughout the whole movie. You know something horrible is going to happen, and you're just kind of waiting for it for like the whole movie, and it's kind of unnerving in that original because you have no idea how any of it's going to play out. But
when is Halloween?
I think a horror cast one night would be brilliant.
Yeah, I'm actually just checking to see when Halloween is on my calendar. Where's my calendar? Right, so Halloween's a month
we know that the first horror day, like I said, is the first anniversary of Series 11. That's going to be the first horror day.
When is it October the 1st? I'll tell you what we'll do.
October. Well, the 31st Halloween.
No,
that's a
October the 1st. October the 1st. When is October the 1st?
That's 2 days from now. That's
Tuesday. Right. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do because it is October and it's the month of Halloween. What we'll do is once a week on each stream, we will do a horror theme stream. So
that's fantastic.
So we'll do that for the month of October. And then obviously then when it comes to Christmas, then we'll think of something for Christmas. We'll do some themed streams. I think that's a great idea. And I think a lot of people are actually Deloya. We can get on the Nerdaholics because they do movies. We can get yourself on as well, Stephen and others as well. Daniel.
That was Blue Bonnet's suggestion.
So well, yeah, well, so I'll
that.
tell you what, Blue Bonnet Hoovian, as it was your suggestion, right? And we're gonna do this tomorrow, because it's the I mean, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow because it's the 30th, right? Because one more day is not going to make a difference, and we'll start it off. Yeah, we'll do some horror movies because yeah, it's my favorite genre, to be quite honest with you. I do love sci-fi. Don't get me wrong, but horror for me is always look at. I mean, I know. I'm supposed to take on a few more callers, but I have been talking over Gary's call, so I'm going to leave Gary on for a few more minutes because I'm just talking.
Well, I'll get. I just want to say that I would really like, because if you're like a long-standing horror fan, I would actually like to hear some of your thoughts about not only your favorite horror movies like through the years, but which franchises started off well and went off the rails, or just the whole concept of what is it that appeals to people about horror movies. I mean, the whole gamut. I'd love to hear your kind of perspective, and then have people calling in and just talking, because there's a lot of different things about this we can
we'll do. We will definitely get into more detail on this one. Actually, do me a favor. Some of the guys here that do me some of me thumbnails for me live streams. If you could do me a favor, if any of you are there, and I don't really ask, but if you could actually if there's any chance you could do me up a thumbnail, a horror thumbnail for tomorrow night's show, I'd really appreciate it. If you could do that. If you can't, I'll try do it myself. It's not, it just won't be as good as any of you guys. But if any of you could do me a horror thumbnail, the Tardis Zone live horror extra. No, we'll think of. If anybody wants to think of a name for tomorrow's stream, because I put a name for tomorrow's stream. Gary, as you're on, actually, we'll give you first chance to give the stream a name. And Blue Bonnet Hoovian.
Maybe a different piece of art for each week. That would be, because there's so much to pick from.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, actually, that's a good idea. Yeah, if there's someone out there, if you can't do it, it's fine. I know some of you will email me and say, yeah, that you can, but that's fine. But if you can't, I'll do it myself. But we'll do different horror.
And this just popped into my head, and it's kind of like a lame first attempt, but I always want to do a variation on your actual name, like something like the Tardis Zone or something like that. Get something that where we can still have your name in the.
Yeah.
But this is going to be fun. This is going to be a lot of fun.
It will. I'm actually looking forward to this now. I've actually got a smile back on my face now, because I'll be actually, horror movies.
So the thing I'll leave you with before we get into the call, I actually just saw on Twitter that Chris Chibnall has been blackballed by the BBC. He's getting out of television, and he's going to be opening up a restaurant called Fish and Chips.
And what? Say that again?
I said Chris Chibnall has been blackballed by the BBC. He's getting out of TV altogether, and is going to be opening up a new restaurant franchise called Fish and Chips.
Oh, God. And you know what? It would suit him down to the ground. Could you imagine him with the white behind the counter, a white hat on him, one of those white jackets, and serving chips to me? It would be great. I'd be like, yeah, that's what you get, mate, for ruining Doctor Who. Now put salt and vinegar on that, please.
All right, Noel, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Gary. And listen, Blue Bonnet Hoovian as well, thank you for the suggestion. I can't wait for tomorrow's stream now already, because I get to talk about, don't get me wrong, I love Doctor Who, but there's nothing positive really to be talking about. And you know what? It's been getting me down lately. So I like this change of pace. I don't mind. I'll do the horror thing tomorrow, because you know what? I want to talk about, and you will see I'll have a smile on my face when I'm talking about stuff.
And we got to cover one last thing. We got to cover Hammer horror too at some point, because that's like a massive thing just for the Hammer stuff. And immediately I saw everybody tossing in names of movies and stuff. So I hope that everybody who's tossing in names, especially if you haven't called in yet, call in and talk about the horror movies that you're posting, so we can get a lot of new different callers.
Exactly.
With all this.
Exactly. And you know what? And if this one goes well, as I said, the whole month, once a week on the streams, we'll do a horror stream, because we're coming into the month of October and it's Halloween month and all this. And we'll do that, right? And then if this turns out to be successful, all it is, then we'll do more team nights just to break it up a bit, to make it a bit more interesting, to get more people engaged. And obviously then, so I don't have to be grumpy all the time. Right,
okay,
Gary?
All right, well, good enough. I'll talk to you soon, Noel.
No problem. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good. You have a good one.
Okay.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
And that was Gary. I mean, we could have spoke more there about horrors and stuff, but yeah, interesting. Very, very, very well done. I'm glad that was suggested. And we'll have loads of people, because I know there'll be plenty of people that would like to come on and to talk about horror movies. But just before we actually do the stream on the horrors, I'll just kind of give you a little bit of a background on how I got into horror movies. So my mother's to blame. What used to happen is that, my mum would go and play a bit of bingo. Dad would go out and have a few beers. Obviously, I was the oldest in the house, so I'd get to babysit the brothers and sisters sometimes. And then when the mother came home, she came home with chips and sausages or whatever it was out of the chipper, or maybe it might be a curry. And then my mother would put on a horror. It was either in my house, you either watched, right? This is weird, right? In my house, it was either westerns, right, during the day. It was either musicals or horrors, right? They were the three kind of things, and obviously sci-fi then was thrown in there. But that's the way it was with me growing up. Absolutely loved Child's Play. I used to have a Chucky doll, the whole lot. I was fascinated with that movie, especially when it first came out. The thoughts of a killer doll, one of your dolls coming alive and bludgeoning you to death, So yeah, I mean, there'll be plenty I have to say. And I mean, going back to Exorcist, I know that is a common complaint with people. They say, it looks funny now, but back in the day it didn't. And the practical effects, I mean, even that scene where they're blessing her, right? And you see the condensation coming out of them. Sure, they stuck them in a real fucking freezer. That whole setup was in a real freezer. They were really cold. The part where the priest is giving the last rites to his friend and his hand is shaking and all and he's crying, that's because the director punched him in the face. The director actually hit him to get that reaction out of him, right? But one of the best, what I have to say, right? I love werewolf movies, right? But the best werewolf movie for me ever, and I don't think this is ever being matched. Now, I could be wrong because I probably haven't seen one, but for me, the best werewolf movie that I've ever seen is, and some people will already know what I'm going to say, it's An American Werewolf in London. The transformation in that movie is absolutely epic. Epic. And I don't know if anybody has seen that movie, but if you haven't seen American Werewolf in London, please do. I see Charlotte is gone, so I'm going to say good night, Charlotte. Thank you for joining again in the chat. It's a pleasure having your support, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thriller video scare. Yes, same director, by the way. Problem being, the same director that directed An American Werewolf in London directed the Thriller video. So you will see that there actually is Similarities. Ah, see, you already know. See, I don't see. I like when I talk to people that know. But I seriously, American Werewolf in London, that transformation is just brilliant. And Blue Moon playing in the black background, absolute. Seriously, it gives me goosebumps still to this day. Still to this day. The gay? Still to this day. Oh, Jesus, no. Jesus. But someone says if you don't like the Mel Brooks movies, I can't help you. I'm not a huge fan of all these movies, but I do like most of these movies. I love Spaceballs. Mel Brooks is a genius, right? And you know what? I read an article recently. I think I put it up somewhere, or someone put it up. Mel Brooks has said political correctness and all this other bullshit is ruining comedy, and I have to agree. The Tar Gary says not technically a werewolf movie, but Wolfenton with Albert Finney. I love Albert Finney, and he was terrific. What was the one with? What was that one called with fucking Michael Douglas and was it Sheridan Stone? Was it? Did he start? No, not Sheridan Stone. What was the one where he was a wolf or something? Was it called Wolf or something? I don't know. It was Wolf. Yeah. There's a famous scene where he just pisses on. Yeah. Yeah, I love Albert Finney in A Christmas Carol. I think he did A Christmas Carol, didn't he? He did his version of A Christmas Carol. Wolf was good. Jack Nicholson, that's the one. Jack Nicholson. I keep getting mixed up with him and Michael Douglas because Michael Douglas did War of the Roses and he pissed. Do you remember when his wife is having the dinner party and he basically comes in, he steps up on the table and he pisses all over the food. And then basically then the next day she gets up, she cooks him dinner, and then he realizes that she's basically fed him pate that used to be his dog and all because he ran over her cat by accident and stuff. Yeah, that movie War of the Roses is actually quite funny as well. See, here's the thing: the quality of movie that we're getting today is not even the good ones are not great compared to what we used to get. The standard has really dropped all across the board. Yes, there is a few gems still being made, but they're few and far between now. Love Michael Douglas in Falling Down. I love that fucking movie. Oh, that whole scene where he's just when he wants the he wants the breakfast, doesn't he? But he's 5 minutes over or something. No, he's not even 5 minutes over yet. But they're serving burgers, but he wants fucking breakfast. Yeah, that. Do you know at the time that movie? Unfortunately, at the time that movie was actually movie didn't do. If I remember correctly, at the time that movie didn't do too well. But you watch that movie now. It's absolutely brilliant. The Game with Michael Douglas. You have to see The Game with Michael Douglas. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of, is it? Brittany Murphy. No, that's not the one with Brittany Murphy, isn't it? No. I think I've seen a trailer of that Paul. I'll have to check it out. The Game. Is that the one with Brittany Murphy, his daughter? No, that's not that one, is it? Where your woman has the code in her head or something. God love Brittany Murphy. She's a great actress. I loved it when he blew up the roadworks. Yeah, I know. I haven't watched Falling Down in a while. Do you know, I heard the mate. I have to watch that again now. I mean, I watched. I watched actually a couple of weeks back. I don't know if I told you, but it's so corny. Air Force One with Harrison Ford. I mean, that whole movie is just beyond ridiculous. But I mean, look. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but it's exciting at the same time. There's actually a half decent story, even though none of it makes absolute sense. I mean, that scene where they try to lift the fucking plane off and it's basically doing fucking skidding around corners and all like in a car. Brilliant, man. But it was a good movie. It was a bit like what was that other one? Under Siege with Steven Seagal. Don't talk about the second one. The second one was a pile of crap. The first one was good. The second one was about the train. Do you remember? Right, Michelle, you've basically asked me how do you do a live stream. So this is how you do it. You go into your YouTube channel, and above your YouTube channel, you'll see an icon. You'll see a couple of icons, right? You'll see an icon that looks like a camera, right? You go into that. It says either upload a video or go live. If you're going live, press go live. Then it'll ask you to put the description of the video that you want to go, what you want to name your video, basically, right? Once you do that, then it'll either tell you to smile for it to do a thumbnail, or you can add your own thumbnail. Then you can go and share that link then to the groups that you want to share it in. Now, to do the live phone-ins like I do, right now I'm using Messenger and I'm using a set of speakers, right? But I'm going to be changing that whole setup because, as you see yourself, it doesn't always work, and it can be quite annoying because the whole table, if you see the way it was set up, it's actually madness. I am going to try get it. There's a Discord and other phone-in apps that you can actually use on that I'm going to be starting to use. But that's how I normally do it. So because you sent me a message and asked me, so it's better for me to actually say it instead of trying to write it down for you because I might miss something else. So you'll see an icon. It's like a video camera icon. Press onto that. It'll ask you whether you want to either upload a video, or so that means if you decide to do a video, record a video, then you can upload it if you don't want to put it up straight away, or you press go live. As I said, then put your thumbnail in, put your heading of your video in, then choose it'll ask you, do you want to choose your own thumbnail or you smile for a thumbnail, right? And then you can share it, and then it'll say share or go live. And I always share the link first for a few minutes. That's why I do put the live chat up for an hour, because I do share it everywhere. And then people come in then, and then you can go live then when you have enough people. But Michelle, to be honest with you, right now I've seen your channel. My advice to you is to hold back on the live calls for now. And the reason why I say that is because you at the moment you've only set up your channel, so it's only new. You have to give your channel a chance. So yeah, my advice to you is do the review videos that you were thinking of doing. Get them done first. Build up your subscribers. Do you know what I mean? Try get them up to a level that you're happy with, and then take your phone-ins. I don't think you have enough subscribers, you know what I mean, to bring people on for a chat, and then like you're going to be sharing it to the same people, do you know what I mean? So you're probably better off wait until you get at least 50, 60 subscribers, or even 100 subscribers, and then even think about doing the calls. But for now, you had good ideas anyway with the review videos that you were going to do of each doctor, and you are breaking them down. Why don't you continue to do that? Build your channel up. And of course, we've given your channel a shout out here. We'll give your channel a shout out anytime you need your channel a shout out. And I think some people have actually subscribed to it tonight already. So just keep sharing your channel on your YouTube channel, on your Twitter. You've actually joined Twitter. I've seen that you joined Twitter. So put your YouTube channel up on Twitter and ask people to follow you. That's on your Twitter account. Ask them to subscribe to your channel. That's what I did. But build your channel up. I don't think I'm just because you know me, I'm always honest with people, and I'll always try to help. Right now, I think you should concentrate on your review videos, and then later on consider taking the calls when you build your subs up. And we will be here to give you a hand. Basically, I will, if you need your channel to get a shout out, we will shout out your channel here. right, as I've done tonight, right? But just stick to what you are going to do. Don't overstretch yourself, Michelle, because what will happen is you'll get disappointed if people don't watch your videos. Do you know what I mean? And you don't want that, because I see you got a little bit upset because you didn't think many people watched your first video. But you've got to remember, there's not many people subscribed to you yet. So you have to build up your subs, and then people start watching your videos. And again, as I said, share your video on Twitter, share your video on any Doctor Who group that you're in that will allow you to share your video in your group. That's how you'll get subs. That's how I did it originally. And then you have people that are subscribed to you already. Ask them in a video to share your channel. Do what I do, you know. But seriously, don't. My advice to you is to do your little review videos first. Build yourself up. I hope that helps. And as I said, if anybody hasn't subscribed to our YouTube channel, it's an adventure in space and time. And there, see, Paul says, no, I found you on erotic. So see what I mean? It's just word of mouth, Michelle. And don't worry, listen, I had 23 subscribers for about a year, right? 23 subscribers for a year, right? And then I managed to get up to 59. And Daniel, if he's still in the chat, will tell you is that I don't know if Daniel left, and if he did, I'm sorry, Daniel, I didn't say good night, but if you're still here. But Daniel will tell you, I was on 59 subs, and then I start breaking the Doctor Who news, and then the channel blew up, right? Well, it still hasn't blown up. It's still like 500 something, but you know what I mean? It started to gain subscribers. So one day you'll be sitting there, and the channel might be doing that, and then the next day you wake up, and then you could have a ton load of subscribers. It's the way it happens, right? But I hope that's helped you anyway. And I hope you don't mind, because you know I've been doing this a while, so I think, you know, without overstepping me boundaries, I think I'm okay with you to give you a little bit of advice. And I hope you know, I hope it goes well for you. But listen, don't get disheartened. People will dislike your videos. People will like your videos. Look at the videos. Look at my videos, for God's sake. There's not one video that I've done. I think there's one or two that might have got away with getting a dislike, but after I've said it now, they probably end up being all disliked. But I get dislikes on my videos, and sometimes I get more dislikes than I get likes. That shouldn't get you down. People are still watching you. Remember one thing, Michelle, if people are disliking your video and people are liking your videos, remember they're watching your video. And even if they watch the first 5 minutes, they're still watching your video. So that's the way you should look at it. Right, I've got one more caller to bring on. And I got a quick horror thumbnail. To see that, these are brilliant. Let me see. It's going to be good anyway. I don't even know why I'm checking it, because I know it's going to be good, because everything I've always gotten off everybody. I like that. I like the way you use the green, though. I like that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I know it was a quick one you threw together, but that's good. That's good. No problem, Michelle. No problem at all. These days I get discouraged, but I just keep trying. I am getting more confident as time goes by. The more content you put, the better you get, and the more exactly. I mean, look, once you get past the fact that you know you're live and you're talking to people. See, the way I've done it now is that I get it through my head that, like, you know, even though I know I'm live, I'm pretending in my head it's kind of like a pre-record. So I'm not actually, you know, the way I'm looking at it is nobody's really watching me. Yeah, there's people chatting, but they're not really watching. You know what I mean? It's just some mental thing, but it works for me. Other people have different ways of dealing with dealing with speaking on camera, and then there's others that don't. And remember, Michelle, you don't actually have to put your face up on screen either. I mean, you can actually do videos where you don't have to have your face up on screen if you choose not to have your face up on screen either. I just choose to have my face up on screen because I don't care who sees my face. Someone says to me, actually, that fella that was sending me the chopped head says, "Oh, you look very tired." And I said, "Yeah, plenty of time to sleep when I'm dead." So, like, no, did you hear the hurricanes heading towards the UK and Ireland? Well, it'll hit us first. Why do they always put the UK before Ireland, right? It's going to hit Ireland first and then the UK. Even the news, hurricanes heading towards the UK and Ireland. No, it's not. It's heading towards Ireland and the UK because it's hitting Ireland first, then it's going to hit the UK. But yeah, to be quite honest with you, I don't really care. If it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. At the end of the day, you're gonna have all. I don't even want to get political on this, but no, I better shut up. But this business of all this climate change business, watch it. I do have a video coming up, and I want you to watch it. And whether you agree with it or don't, it's my opinion. You know what I mean? I've also put up articles. Right, the video is basically about Greta. Right, I think the girl has been. I think the girl is being exploited by these fanatics, and I don't like it. She's being used. And by the way, you'll have our defenders saying, "Well, you're trying to say that a 16-year-old can't be intelligent, doesn't know anything about climate change." But see, the problem is that when she's being educated by her parents and she's educated by people that believe in this bullshit, when there's actually no scientific evidence to actually back up what she's are saying, which there isn't. They actually say they call us climate change deniers, right? There's actually some high-profile scientists out there that also deny climate change. That's why they say 98% of scientists are on board with that, and there's only 2% that aren't. Those 2% are the 2% that you should actually be listening to, because if you actually, I've read over the last couple of weeks, I've read a lot of reports on this whole climate change stuff, right? Now, I will say something about Greta, right? She said something in our video which I agreed with 100%. She said that she shouldn't be there and she should be in school. You're fucking right. You should be in school, right? And your parents should be ashamed of themselves. And any student that actually went out or marched that should have been in school, right? You ought to be ashamed of yourselves. You're using all these things to get out of being educated, all right? Go and get real education. There is no backup to any of this bullshit that's being flogged by these politicians and all these people. By the way, if anybody looks into green energy, and I'll just look, I don't want to go too much into this tonight, right? But if you look at the whole green energy strategy, right? Do you think that we're going to be able to do all these things, right, that they want us to do for nothing? No, costs us money. Also, they don't talk about the pollution or the effect that this so-called green energy has on the environment, right? How do you think they get those windmill things up? They don't go up by themselves, yeah? They have to dig foundations, and they're digging them into land, people's land, yeah? Okay? You've got other stuff that they're thinking of, right? It's more expensive for solar power. You get all your place done, right? If you were to actually do everything that they did, that they want you to do for your home, you'd be left with no money, you'd be poor. Right, it's a money-making scheme. Al Gore and his cronies started all this, right? And here's the biggest one I'll say to you is all right. They said, right, back before it was global warming, right, and I can show you all this proof, right? Before it was global warming, right, it was we're heading towards a new ice age, right? So we were heading towards a new ice age at first, right? The UN told us, right? There's actually UN reports, you can actually see them. They've actually been exposed as the frauds that they are, right? So in 1989, right, they told the world by the year 2000, parts of Ireland and the rest of the world would be flooded because the sea level rises would be too much that, that some countries would end up underwater, right? Now, they said that would happen in 2000, right? Nothing. We're in what 20? We're heading into 2020 now. And still none. But here's the thing, right? Forget about the UN, right? They called it global warming then, right? And then when nobody was buying the whole global warming thing, they changed it then to climate change. And as soon as people realize that the whole climate change thing is a fuck up hoax, they will change it again to something else. You all need to wake up and smell the coffee. What's happening in the earth right now is down to a couple of factors. The biggest one, it's a natural thing, right? But there's other secondary elements, right? Governments around the world, and you can call me a crackpot all you want, right? Governments around the world are manipulating the weather, right? They've got weather manipulation technology. They even show you this weather manipulation technology in play. Now, that category 5 hurricane that's supposed to be heading towards Ireland, right? Now, this is the second one to hit the Bahamas. Now, the Bahamas do get hit by hurricanes, but apparently not hurricanes that strong. Right. If people are thinking for 1 second that they're natural hurricanes that are happening right now, you're strongly mistaken. The last couple of storms that we've had in Ireland have been manufactured, right? They are manufacturing these storms, and it's a way to scare all of us. We see another big hurricane or a big snowstorm coming or whatever, right? It's a way to fright. So we got Greta in the UN basically nearly crying, breaking down, making a show of ourselves. And the fact that the child actually, they're exploiting a child that has Asperger's and stuff like that and has other things. The girl should be in school. She shouldn't be there preaching to the UN and preaching to us adults. And might I add that this generation have actually added more to the crisis that we have with this planet when it comes to pollution anyway, right? Because it's your generation, right? Someone actually wrote up a great post and it's part of me video, right? So I'll show you I'll get an article from a doctor, right? Who writes about how Greta is being exploited, and then he goes into a bit of the science. Then I'll show you is the UN report, right? Where they said 1989, and I'll show you the headline. Then I'll show you other little stuff. And then at the end, then I have a message for all you climate change clowns who think this is real. And these are clowns because it's not real. Because at the end of the day, the UN have been changing the rhetoric every few decades, right, to fucking justify this, right? And if climate change is such a big fucking issue, then why is all the people that are involved in talking about climate change and preaching to us how we should live our lives better, going around the world flying on aeroplanes, right? Fucking on boats, ferries and all, right? Hypocritical bunch of assholes, the whole lot of them, right? Hypocritical. There is nothing suggests that we're at a certain point, right? And that we all should be scared and we all should be, it's, you know what's going to happen? We're going to be asked to put our hands in our pockets again, right? To save this so-called planet, right? We don't need to save the planet. What we need to do is we need to stop over fucking building on it, right? We need to keep doing what we have been doing, which is fucking recycling. And by the way, I refute when I hear Greta, and I'm sorry, I know she's being used, but when Greta attacks people like me, right, my age group, and say that we have failed them, no, love, we haven't failed you, because our generation have been the generation that were more conscious about recycling. It was our generation that put all these different things into effect, that we have all these different new things now, that everything is more environmentally friendly. Even back in the old days, my mother and father, they got their milk in glass bottles and returned their glass milk bottles, dried their clothes on the washing line and stuff. Didn't need to use a washing machine or a dryer. They did, you know what I mean? In schools now, you just have fucking iPads. You think they're all environmentally friendly? Yous are fucking air conditioning in these are fucking classrooms, right? The youth of today do a lot more damage to the fucking planet than we ever have, because they're more fucking, it's more all about fucking having all the different technology. You know, when your phone is broke, right, and you go and get a new phone, you think that's the end of your phone. Your phone has to be recycled or has to be smashed up. The shits and the components in that are probably causing pollution, right? It's other stuff as well. So listen, it's overbuilding and all this other bollocks. We need to stop. That's how you save the planet. It's not got this climate change that they're talking about, right? It's a natural occurrence that happens. And you know what? Then these people say, but that's what the climate change deniers always say. It's a natural occurrence, but you don't have any proof. All the data that you gave us are on CO2 levels, right? Which makes no sense whatsoever. It's a natural occurrence. And by the way, they say the sea levels are rising. Someone put up a deadly graph. So the sea levels in 1901 were higher than they were in 2017, right? And we're told that the sea levels are rising, but yet they were higher in 1901, right? Sea levels naturally rise and naturally go down all the time. This is more fucking scaremongering from these politicians. Seriously, they want your money. And that's the bottom line. There's 2% of the scientists around this world and by the way, the co-founder Greenpeace, right? I have the tweet up on me. It's in this video actually. The co-founder Greenpeace has said that climate change is a load of bollocks. And it's exploitation of children because they've gotten the younger generation's heads all filled up with this shit. And now all of a sudden they're like to us, well, you need to do something about it. It's your fault. You've killed their planet. Well, fuck you. I didn't kill your fucking planet, right? There's been fucking humans on this planet for thousands of fucking years, right? We've all played a part, including you, little Greta, and your mother, father. Now, what you're better off doing, like you said in the speech where you are nearly crying and making a show of yourself, it was the cringiest thing I ever heard. Go back to school, right? You don't know what you're talking about. Your head's being filled with bullshit. Actually educate yourself before you actually come out with ridiculous theories, scaremongering people, right? Putting fear into old age pensioners all over the world as well. You ought to be ashamed. All Greta is like all those other fucking gobshite children that are out there that are child crisis actors, right? That's all she fucking is. She's like one of those child crisis actors. She's just put her there. She has a bit of Asperger's. Let's put her there because nobody can attack a kid with Asperger's because you'll come across as a cunt, right? Well, I'm sorry. You're not going to use some girl who clearly needs to be in bleeding school, right? And to be properly educated, yeah? Because, and then all the other students then that went out on that march, you ought to be ashamed of yourselves, every single one of you, right? Because you haven't got a clue. Not one of you, I bet you half of you don't give a fuck about climate change. The only reason why he's come out because it was a free day off fucking college or school or whatever, right? He's don't give a shit. If you gave a shit, you would have gave a shit sooner, right? As I said, our generation has made efforts, right? And has gave a shit. So for people like Greta and all those other gobshites that support her to come out and criticize people like fucking me and my generation, how fucking dare you? We've done more. We've done fucking more. We're not going around talking to the UN either. We're actually doing fucking stuff, right? And if Greta wants to save the world, that's all well and good, and I commend that, and I really do. I commend someone like that that has the passion like that. But you know what? It's what's the word I'm using? It's misled. It's misled because she's not being told the truth about climate change. She's not being told the truth about climate change. And here's the thing, right? All these scientists, these 98%, and I seen Harrison Ford, and Harrison Ford, I love you, mate, right? But I seen your passionate plea as well. You're a gobshite, right? There's no climate change issue, mate, right? And you know what? If you cared so much about the fucking climate, right, then you wouldn't have made the fucking movies that you made, because you not think, yeah, the fucking movies you made would have fucking added to the fucking pollution, because everything adds up, you fuck. Do you know what? Get away. You're all alarmists, right? You all need to get with the program. And anybody, look at all, I'll urge people in this live chat that listen to me now, right? If you have your doubts, right, or you're not really sure, go and do your research. But here's the thing: don't use Google, right? Don't use Google, right? Try and use a web browser that's non-biased, if you know what I mean. I don't know if there's one out there. Because anytime I use Google, they give you why climate change is real. If I write in, for example, climate change is a hoax, right? They will give me articles that will actually tell me why climate change is a real thing. So they'll actually they won't actually give me articles of people, because I know people are like me, and I know the scientists out there that think like me, that have wrote articles, but you can't get access to them because Google is biased. They'll only show you articles that actually try and smear people that actually don't buy into this whole climate change business. Now, the reason why the weather is changing, and I told you this, is what there's plenty of documentaries. NASA have weather manipulating technology, right? They've always had weather manipulating technology, and other governments around the world and scientists have weather manipulating technology. Category 5 hurricane in the middle of that, about to hit the Bahamas. I don't know about, actually already has. They never get category 5s. I've been told, right? Or not so often, right? This is because they're manipulating the weather. They're testing out all this new technology, right? And they're using it more frequently now because they want to push this climate change agenda, and they want to scare the shit out of us. And don't be surprised, we had a tsunami. Don't be surprised if they create underwater tsunamis themselves as well, because that's how sick these people are. Remember, the Illuminati, is it the Illuminati? I think they have a big fucking tablet, and it says that for the earth, for humans and the earth to cohabit properly, the population of the earth needs to be 500 million or something, right? So they want to wipe out 5.5 billion people, right? And all of this shit, chemtrails, and I know there'll be people there that are not chemtrails. There's a difference between a contrail and a chemtrail. And if you don't know the difference, I suggest that you actually go and do your research on it. Because again, I don't talk about these things unless I've done some limited research or I've done a lot of research on it. And when it comes to climate change, I haven't been just like researching this recently. I've been on this since fucking 2012, and all this bollocks start fucking coming out about how we should do this and do that, and climate change and the sea levels are going to rise and all. They said it back in 1989. That Ireland, parts of Ireland, they didn't say specifically Ireland, but they showed a map, and the map of Ireland shows Dublin's completely gone, right? It's flooded, right? So we're supposed to be underwater, right? But like now they've reevaluated the whole thing now. Now they've said, oh no, it's going to be this time. And here's the thing about these alarmists as well. They keep saying that they're using models and the models are not accurate. But yet, if I come out and say climate change is a hoax, I'm the nut. But yet they're the ones that are using models that don't accurately predict this so-called new weather that we're getting. By the way, you just have to look at the sky as well. Look at the sky at night time. Look at the sky first thing in the morning. Here's the thing, as human beings, right, and I do see this a lot, we don't look up at the sky a lot. And you don't, and I'm telling you, there's not many people that look up at the sky. I only start looking up at the sky when I got my telescope, right, and I got more interested, right? And you see a lot of little things, and you notice things, right? I noticed, right, people will call me mad when I say this, and I hope there's people in the comments here that can actually tell me if they agree with me on this one. But I remember looking at the sky as a little kid, right? And I look at the sky now, even in the morning and the evening, right? As a little kid, I remember the sky. And I look at the sky now, right? It's not the same sky. The sun is not the same. The sun used to be orange. The sun used to be orange in the sky. It's not orange in the sky anymore. Now, people might think I'm mad, but all these little things, there's a reason. See, when the government was asked, and I don't know which government, but some reporter broke the news on the whole chemtrail business. And when they were asked about it, they were told that they were spraying water into the atmosphere. Now, I'm sorry, I'm no scientist or expert though. But I don't see any benefits of spraying water in the atmosphere. If anybody can tell me why they would spray water in the atmosphere, I mean, I don't know why, but it just doesn't. But here's the most amazing thing, though, and this is what gives it away. And people that still deny chemtrails, well, I'm sorry, I can't help dumbness, right? Because you see an airplane that does a chemtrail, and you look at that trail, right? And you look, and airplanes will go across the sky, but they'll chemtrail a certain part of the sky. Now, I've noticed in Ireland, right? I've got the moon goes past this big bay window that I have here in my apartment, right? So at night time, I can actually see the whole moon go across the sky, right? Sit on my sofa there, and I can see the whole moon, right? Now I've noticed they spray the atmosphere in the trajectory that the moon goes across the sky because they want to cover the moon up as well. Now that's another thing different altogether. But they chemtrail the sky. They chemtrail the skies for a reason. And if you always notice from those chemtrails, you always get the darker looking clouds. Do you ever see those dark looking clouds? They're bright on in the middle, and then they've got the dark edges. They're chemtrail clouds. They're creating clouds in the sky. They're weather manipulating, and they've been doing it for decades now. It's just that our generation, right? Not no disrespect to the smart young people of today, but most of your generation are thick, right? But today's generation have been spoon fed all this bullshit about climate change, right? They know no different. So of course they're gonna go out. So when people say, "Oh well, Greta went down, she did that," no, I'm sorry, I disagree. She was brought up in an environment where she was told that climate change was a thing, right? So if you were told that, you're going to believe that. It's like, what did they say? If you repeat a lie often enough, it becomes truth, and that's what I do think about climate change. I don't believe it. I've been look. As I said, I have a 600 euro telescope in there, right? I look at the sky an awful lot, and I can tell you now, as a kid, the sun was orange, the sky was completely different to what it is now, right? I see different colors in the sky that I've never seen before in my life. I've seen cloud formations in the sky that I've never seen in my life, and you will say, "Well, all clouds are different," but it's the way these clouds look. They don't look. I know it sounds all a bit weird, and I know this stream has gone a bit weird with all this, but this is another thing. I mean, we should have done a conspiracy night maybe tonight, but there is no way. There is no way that people need to stand up to this. But there's no way people should put their hands in their pocket and start paying for all this green energy shit, right? Because look at Al Gore. Look at how rich that fucker is since he started doing all this. He did his little documentary with the snow off the mountains and tried to scare everybody. Oh, look, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Yeah, but what you haven't shown people is the ice moved somewhere else, you fucking gobshite. Just because that part has stopped being icy, another part of the fucking planet temperature has actually lowered down. That's how it works, you fucking idiots. And remember, even NASA scientists themselves have said that the North Pole is moving. It's moving. The North is not true North anymore. The North Pole, where they said true North, is not true North anymore because the fucking axis is moving. And actually, I could prove it because if you even look at the moon now, the moon is actually, and I've noticed this, the moon has shifted. And the reason why the moon has shifted is because we have shifted. We have shifted a few degrees. It's already started. This was all going to happen. We just happen to be around when this climate change thing is happening. It's happening slowly. And listen, these alarmists are saying that our kids are going, no, they're not. This is the start of the process. Yes, the climate is going to change. We could end up being fucking covered with ice here. We could end up in a new ice age, but it's a normal fucking thing. I wish the scientists would just make up their mind. Yeah, they got rid of the smog. We don't have smog in Ireland anymore. We used to have a big problem with smog as well. But again, the governments and countries around the world have done a lot. So for Greta and all her cronies to come out and as I said, to criticize people like me and your generation, how dare they? How dare they? We've done a lot more. Their generation has done a lot more damage. And it is the truth. And it is the truth. And by the way, I'm going to put that climate change video up on this channel. So if anybody doesn't like it and you know that you're going to subscribe or you're going to unsubscribe, just don't waste any time and do it now, because I'm putting the video up. I feel that strongly about it that I'm putting it up anyway, whether people like it or not, right? Because I'm not going to have people here being scared, right? It's scaremongering. Look at even in Australia. Australia is a very woke country, and I watched the news article from Australia, Sky News, and even they have said that Greta was exploited. Right now, when Greta doesn't have to read from a speech, by the way, there's a deadly video going out there. When Greta doesn't have a speech in front of her and she's asked about climate change, she's asked about what people should do, she comes out with this rhetoric: I'm not trying to tell people what to do. Well, did you not just go onto the podium on the UN and basically cry, like, and make a show of us and blame us on the state of the world? Or did I imagine all that? See, when she doesn't have a script, she falls apart. Her parents should be locked up for exploiting her. The people that are behind exploiting her, also the other people, they should be all arrested. Greta should be in school. She shouldn't be traveling the world telling people about something that isn't real, right? And all those students that did that actually took the day off to go on this world march, and it happened here in Ireland as well, right? These are all a bunch of planks, and even in my country, I'm actually starting to get disgusted the way we're turning. We're turning like the rest of the world. We're becoming a woke, infested country, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's annoying me. Do you know, I even considered leaving this country, because Ireland has always been kind of, when all the madness has happened around us, we've been kind of relatively slow and all this shit, but it's starting to get in their media as well. Some bleeding gobshite journalist bleeding on the telly talking about this rights and that rights and isms and this ism and that ism. Nobody gives a shit. But yeah, they're going to be talking about plastic straws on Doctor Who. So again, we're going to be hammered with that message. Do you know what I mean? We're going to be hammered. Climate change bad. Humans bad. Your generation bad. You're at fault for this. You're bad. No, read your messages. Okay. Oh, I got a couple of messages. Sorry, guys. I don't normally check the messages on Messenger. I was supposed to take a few more calls tonight, but because I went on a bit of an epic rant. Oh, I do like that one, though. Oh, that is nice. I like that. And it's got me favorite. Oh, thank you. That Neil, well done, man. Nice. But yeah, I'm sorry this kind of got a bit crazy. But it's, do you know what annoys me about today's society? Do you know, and it drives me so mad, because we see, I honestly believe, and this is gonna sound, but I honestly believe that us as a race, the human race, can achieve greatness. Now, when I mean achieve greatness, I do believe that one day we can conquer space, right? And we can be out there amongst the stars, right? But when I look at today's generation, right, and I look at today's society, and I see how fucking stupid everybody's become, I fear for this species lasting. I'm being honest with you. I do not think we will be on this planet for too long if we let these people continue down the same path, right? And that doesn't just go for climate change. It goes for the current trend that we see in music, in film, TV shows, right? You see it on the news. People just, you know what? I never thought I would ever see how gullible the human race could actually get. Because I'm being honest, the majority of this planet have, let's be honest, they're buying into all this bullshit. And it's worrying me because, something has to change. When I see, I mean, I don't know how to put this. It just annoys me. I mean, we have totally destroyed our species. I'm being honest, because you've got these radicals, right? And I mean, you've seen it before. They want to kill the male race, right? Whether people like that or not, that's the bottom line, right? If these radical feminists get their way, right, we'll be all locked up in concentration camps and we'll be exterminated, right? And that's a fact because that's what they want. The only problem is they will kill off the human race because they'll never let another male baby live, right? So what are they going to do, right? Well, they can store all the sperm that they want, but they'll run out. They'll have to keep some of us as sex slaves, I suppose. But still, their plan would be to wipe us all out, right? And then when I see the way people are going on in society, do you know what? I could say that the sky is black, right? And I could convince people today that that sky is black because that's how thick they are. I just put out certain thing, certain way, certain propaganda, word it a certain way, and they'll buy it. They'll buy it. This climate, don't be surprised now over the next couple of months in whatever country that you're living in, that all of a sudden you start seeing all these climate change ads just pop up everywhere, because that's what's going to happen next couple of months now, all thanks to Greta and all our little friends. I do feel sorry for Greta though, and I will say that she is being exploited, and her parents should be locked up, and it's not going to happen because at the moment she's riding this wave now. I wish. See, here's the thing: the scientists, the 2% of the scientists that actually disagree with this, when they do come out, they're smeared, right? What I will say to any of those scientists that are out there, I know you hadn't watching, but if you were by any chance watching this last part, you need to band together. That 2% need to band together. You need to come together. You need to lay the evidence out and show the whole world the evidence. Show them that this is a hoax, that this is a money-making scheme. The only problem is, though, if they go and do that, you probably won't find them anymore because they'll all disappear and be killed. And by the way, might I just add that that if you actually look at the amount of scientists that have been killed in questionable suicides and questionable accidents, there has been a lot of scientists connected to the climate change situation that have been murdered, right? Now, they say that they were accidents, right? They were murdered, right? Anybody speaks the truth about this, right? If I was right now, if I had a government job and I'm coming out and talking about this, you probably wouldn't see me again because they'd shut me up, right? The scientists that want to talk about this are being shut up. For example, the co-founder of Greenpeace, right, has been smeared. They've actually came out as far as Greenpeace themselves to say that he was never a co-founder, even though there's evidence to show that he was the co-founder of Greenpeace, right? This is what happens. These climate change fanatics, right, will not stop until they get what they want. which is money, right? It's not about saving the environment. It's not about saving the planet. It's all about money, 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 money. And that's what it's ever always been about, money. I have no problem saving this planet. If Greta and all our cronies actually give a fuck about the earth, well, then why don't you highlight the fact that the Amazon has been on fire for the last 3 years? Why don't you actually put pressure on the Brazilian government and other governments that cut down trees in the Amazon? Because, by the way, for me personally, I think our fucking oxygen is more important, to be honest, because without oxygen, we can't fucking breathe. Yeah. So they're pulling down our main source of oxygen in the Amazon and they're letting it burn away. Right. And at the same time, they're cutting down trees. We're overdeveloping on this planet too. Right. That needs to be slowed down or needs to be stopped, or we need to find other ways of building houses or building apartment blocks or building whatever that it actually doesn't damage the environment. All right, these are things that you do. You're never going to stop people from driving cars unless you outright ban them all, but that's never going to happen, right? You want to change things. All these hybrid cars and all are a joke as well, because again, it's another way of putting one of those in and charge you extra fucking money, right? I'm not saying that people should be driving around diesel cars and petrol cars. I'm all for electric cars if you can make them, but again, then you have to put all these electric points everywhere. So again, you're digging foundations, you're polluting. Doesn't work, right? Same with those fucking, what you call them? What's the proper name for them? The spinny things. The spinny things. The windmill things, the turbines, that's it. Yeah, I mean the turbines as well. I mean, it's all well and good seeing them, and you see pictures of them. Oh, look, we're all green and all this. It's great, but yeah, look how big they are. Look at the size of the foundation and the environmental impact that those would have. Right? Again, all I'm just saying is, for me, this, and I know there'll be some people that won't agree with anything I've said here tonight, and that's fine. Fair enough. If you don't want to agree with me, that's fine. If you think the planet needs saving, that's fine. I'm all for saving the planet, but it's you're coming after us. You're coming after the ordinary people, right? This is what I'd say to Greta and all her friends: is you're coming after the ordinary people. You should be going after the governments and you should be going after big businesses. It's all right, but see, what's going to happen is you give out to the governments and then they tax us. They don't tax the big companies, you see, Greta. So what you need to be doing is you need to be concentrating on big companies, right? You need to be concentrating on manufacturing companies, especially, right? And there's a lot more manufacturing companies around. And to be honest, it's mostly down to your generation, because your generation is more demanding than any other generation has came before. You need to be connected 24/7. You need to have use our tablets and use our phones. You know what I mean? It all adds up. It all adds up. You think, look, I could go into this into a lot more detail, and I could go on for, I could do this whole subject for a whole night. I see problem being says that this is his forte. Well, maybe what I'll do is one time I do individual interviews where I bring someone on for about an hour and a half. We do a pre-record, right? I'll tell you what, we'll organise something with the climate change thing for, say, not this week coming, so not this week, you know what I mean, not Monday, Tuesday. The week after that, we'll organise something and we will do a climate change thing if you want to. But look, I'm sorry I actually got into it got a bit politicised, but 20 people stuck around. 20 people stuck around. I'm actually, thank you for that. I appreciate that, because I know I went on a bit of a, I went on a bit off there. But now look at the certain issues that I really, right? There's certain issues that I am really strong about, right? as I said, I do care about the planet. I do agree, and I will say that we should take care of this planet, and we should do everything in their power to, make this a better world for us to live in, for our children. I agree with that. I agree with every single thing that Greta says when it comes to that. But you see, the problem I have, and I said, they're not going to just go after. They're not going to go after the big businesses. They're not going to go after the big corporations. They're gonna go after the little people, and we're the ones that are going to have to pay up to save your planet. And why should we have to pay any more money to save this planet when my generation have been the generation that introduced recycling into every home? Because it was my generation, by the way, that introduced recycling to every home in Ireland and all, right? But even my mother and father back in the day, and their mother and father back in the day, they didn't have to do much recycling. So you criticize them, but they didn't have to do much recycling. Because back then, people hand washed their clothes. People used the washing line. They used the natural air to dry their clothes, right? When people got milk, they got it off the milkman, right? The milk then would be put in bottles, right? He's got rid of bottles and changed to plastic, right? If you gave us plastic bottles, you'd be doing us a favor, because the plastic bottles keep getting reused and reused and reused and reused and reused and reused, right? Glass bottles do. But he's got rid of glass bottles because you thought glass bottles were dangerous, right? So the older generation have done a lot. I think it is unfair that people, as I said, my mother and father and me, their children, are being criticized for the state of the planet when everybody has had a part to play. Every generation. And by the way, pollution, wars cause pollution as well. There's a whole lot of other things. So as I said, when you're going around preaching to politicians, make sure you bring out about the wars and all that all these countries are fighting, because that causes pollution as well. And remember to go after those big pharma companies as well. But you know what? All those big companies. But remember, as I said, Greta and your cronies, it's not the little people you should be punishing, right? Because we know that the planet, we live on this planet, and we want to make sure that it is safe for children like you. But you're going the wrong way about it. And if I were your parents, actually, if I were you, I'd get away from your parents. I'd sue your parents, by the way, because they have totally brainwashed you, and they've also given you false information, and you're being exploited by your parents and others. And all those adults that are exploiting you should be arrested. They should be sent down and the key thrown away, and you should be back in school, because you did say it. I should not be here. I should be in school. Well, go back to school then. Leave the planet saving to the adults, and you go and get your education. And then when you're qualified to talk about it, then you can come and talk about it. Until then, you're better off keeping your mouth shut. And you know what? The news media out there as well, you need to stop putting her on TV, by the way, right? And you need to start ask the question, why isn't she in school? Because if that was my kid or anybody else's kid, and we kept their kid out of school, what would happen? I know what happens in Ireland, and I know what happens in England. But if you don't send your kid to school for a certain amount of time, then the school inspectors get sent out, right? And they basically ask you, why you're not in school. She's 16. She's 16, which in Sweden she's not classed as a minor, and in Ireland she's not classed as a minor. She's actually classed as a young adult. Paul. So I know you're looking out for me. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not attacking her. What I'm basically saying is that she has been brainwashed, and that she shouldn't be going after us. And she is attacking the adults. And I mean, look, at the end of the day, she's 16. People keep calling her a kid. She's 16 years of age. When I was 16, I knew what I was saying. And at 16, and you do, and even if you have Asperger's, you still do know right from wrong. So I mean, Exactly. Kids don't show respect to their elders now. They don't. But at the end of the day, I will say it again, should be in school. Because as I said, if it was any of us, I know you're looking out for me, and a great no. And Paul, I love you for it, because you know what I mean, straight away, and everybody else is the same. People will jump in, just say, no, be careful, because they don't want that to happen to child. I appreciate that. But I'm not. She's 16, and in Sweden, and in Ireland, like, she's classed as a young adult. And she's got adults around her as well. Yeah, I think she's Swedish, and yeah, Swedish. She is, isn't she? Greta's Swedish or Norwegian? Swedish? Hold on. Who gives a crap? Swedish, Norwegian, Greta. It's a one of those. Hold on. She'll probably come up because she was the. Oh, there she is, Greta Thunberg. She's from. See, there you go, Jeremy Clarkson, right? Jeremy Clarkson. Anybody knows from Top Gear? He goes, Jeremy Clarkson brands Greta Thunberg a spoiled brat who should be a good girl and shut up. Yeah, she's Swedish. Jeez, it's the same country that brought us ABBA. Anyway, you know what I mean? There's Jeremy Clarkson telling her to shut up. I know Pierce Morgan had a bit of a go as well. Listen, at the end of the day, the girl should be in school. All those students that actually walked out for that march should have been in school. And and you know what? I will say this, and I'm going to be criticised for it. But you know what's happened with this world? We have given young kids too much power right now. We have forgotten that, there is boundaries when it comes to adult and children, right? You're the adult, you're the one that's supposed to be responsible, right? And they're the child. The child is not supposed to question you, right? Child's not supposed to answer back to you. Your child's supposed to be taught by you to, and all this. But not today's generation. Today's generation have been given so much power that they have no respect for people like me. I mean, I'm 40 and I was called a middle-aged man tonight. Now, I don't class myself as a middle-aged man because I'm 40. To me, that's a bit of that. Actually, I'm not even going to say ageism, because you know what? That doesn't actually bother me. But that is a term that this generation uses. So I will use it because they use it. Ageism, right? I'm not a middle-aged man because I'm 40 years of age. I mean, if you think because you're 40 you're old, well, then I'll pity you. But I mean, this generation, as I've said, they're self-entitled. They think they can preach to us and tell us what to do. I mean, us as adults, we need to get a fucking grip right here now, right? Because it's happening all over the world. We're the adults here. Kids need to be put in their place. The problem is we have given kids too many rights, all because of a few bad apple adults that were doing horrible things to kids. And of course, we wanted to protect kids, so we kind of thought the best way to do that is to give them more rights. They're fucking kids, right? When you're 18 and you're legally an adult, then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, as far as I'm concerned. But if you're living under my roof and you're my kid, I rule the roost. End of. And that's the way it should be. I see parents there, see it every day, right? Instead of being parents to their kids, they try to be best friends with their kids. They're even going out with their daughters and going out with their sons and stuff like that. Like, cop onto yourself, going out drinking with them, like hanging out with our friends. No. See, maybe it is a different world now. Maybe this generation is that. Maybe I am old-fashioned, but I'd rather be old-fashioned than a stuck-up little soy boy that goes around preaches to everybody a load of bullshit lies. Right? I'd rather be true to myself, So I'd rather be old-fashioned than to be that kind of person or to be that kind of child. And I'm being honest with you, I wouldn't bring a child up in this world now because I wouldn't want their head melted and I wouldn't want their head full of all that crap. Because I'm being honest with you, if I was to put my child in the school, and I'm going to be honest with you, if I was to put my child in the school and then they decided that in that school that they were going to start talking about transgender issues, right, I'd pull my child out of that school, because I'd say, right, that's fair enough. I don't mind an adult being transgender, but right now I don't want my child being confused about it. I would like for my child to wait until they're a certain age, until they're able to comprehend that, and then it's okay for you to talk about it. But they want to teach the kids young. Yeah, well, it's gone from climate change to that now. Right, listen, I'm going to call this stream now. I've really enjoyed having everybody here tonight. I'm sorry I didn't take as many calls as I normally do. Obviously, if you liked what was said tonight, I know it was mostly me, but that's the way it used to be originally. But I hope you have enjoyed tonight. If you have, please do me a favor and give that video a like. If you haven't subscribed already, I really do appreciate if you do. Share the channel, share the video, hit that notification button. And by the way, guys, again, check, because YouTube are a bunch of twats. If you have subbed to me, just make sure you're still subbed, because I keep looking and it goes up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I refuse to believe that someone is just basically subbing me and then unsubbing me, subbing me and then unsubbing me, unless it's a pro Geordie fan. But listen, if any of you lads from the Nerdaholics are available tomorrow for the, obviously Gary is coming on already, and Blue Bonnet Hoovian, because obviously it was still it was your idea for the horror theme tomorrow. So and I've got Daniel already and Stephen and others to come on as well. So horror night, you will have plenty of time now to sit down, pick your favorite movies, and let me know how you feel. Also, in the live chat, if you want to do a brief little thing for tomorrow as well, I will read out some of the. What I'll do is tomorrow, because I want to get as many people involved as I can. After every call, I will go into the live chat and read out a few obvious or horror movie suggestions, or movies that just horror movies that just liked when you grew up, and then I'll take another call. So everybody then will kind of feel like that part of it, because I know there's people there that don't get on and feel disappointed. I mean, I'm trying to get as many new calls on as much as possible. I mean, for example, we got the Nerdaholics on, you know what I mean? And I have a problem being wants to come on. I have other people that are willing to come on as well, new callers as well. And then I get me regulars on that have been with me from the very, 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 very beginning. The likes of Daniel, Stephen, Not My Doctor Who, lads like that. And obviously then get the regular callers on, like Yvette on and stuff like that. So I will look, everybody will get a chance to come on at some stage that wants to come on. It's just the next couple of weeks, you know, I'm packed up with calls the only calls that I'll be taking is obviously new callers if they come in. Like Nightmare Before Christmas, not a bad movie. But listen, we'll leave it on that note anyway. And if you actually have any other Tim Burton movies that you like, that you'd like to discuss tomorrow, put it in the live chat. You watching the game tomorrow? Yeah. If all goes well, it's a league game, so it'll be over before me stream. Yeah, I'm going to watch the game tomorrow. I'm not Arsenal. I'll predict it now, right? I'll predict it now. We're at Old Trafford. I'm going to predict a 2-1 scoreline to Arsenal. We're going to get beaten at Old Trafford. So there you go. That's my prediction for tomorrow. Manchester United to lose 2-1 at Old Trafford to Arsenal. So you heard it here first. Right, listen. Good night. God bless. Talk to you all tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I'll put the I will put the live chat up an hour beforehand. And listen, I want to thank you all very, very much for today, especially tonight, because I know this stream is being a bit weird compared to the most of them, and the noises have all been understanding. But at the end of the day, I had to do what I had to do tonight, because I can't. You know what? As I said, you let this fester, people like that, it just builds up, and then before you know it, then you have a full blown riot on your hands, and then you're attacked from every side. But as I said, they can try all they want. They can send me pictures of beheadings and all this, all they want, and they can say that ISIS is they can say all they want, that ISIS is number one, that they're going to come over and kill me and all this. You can do whatever you want. As I said, you know, if you want to come to Ireland, come to Ireland. I'm pretty sure Irish people will love the fact that ISIS are in this country. You know, you should actually remember how many countries we've actually kicked out of this country before you start making threats to me country. ISIS are gone. Bunch of bleeding asshole terrorists are gone. ISIS is being smashed. Idiots. Right, good night. Have a good one. Talk to you all soon. Michelle, I hope that advice actually works out for you. And good luck with your channel. As I said. Listen, lads. Rocket Runner, Extra Spice, Mikey, Gary, Problem Being Nerdaholics, Michelle, Blue Bonnet Hoovian, John Googan, all you guys. I know I've left out loads of names. All you guys, thank you for tonight. It's really cheered me up. I needed it. Thanks. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you all tomorrow, right? One.